Schweppes is just sugar.
No, Canada Dry is where it's at.
You taste
Canada Dry is where it's at.
Hey,
so this is the most ignorant, blackest episode I've ever done in my life. So my shorty, right?
I love this.
We went out to eat. She's like, I want some ginger ale. And then she asks the bartender.
Yeah.
So what type of ginger ale do you guys have back
real.
there?
No, that's real.
Niggas from the gun. And I'm looking at her like, she a black girl, so I can't really say nothing to her.
Right.
So I looked at her.
Yep, Canada Dry, nothing
got
at
you
all.
looking crazy out here?
I'm looking wild. She's like, that Schweppes is off. I was like,
it's
you
just sugar.
bougie
That's
ass
just no.
sugar.
That's the truth.
Canada Dry is like champagne,
and
bro.
then Canada Dry. Listen, and then Canada Dry got flavors.
Ooh.
Flavors.
Yo,
Jabba Tears podcast. We hold it down. They know us now.
Not.
Turn the flutes up.
You can turn the song up.
Turn the flutes up. Janelle from the HR.
Yeah, that's the name. Jobber Nation. Good evening, good morning. Happy day. I always forget we drop on Fridays, but then I'm like, what if somebody listens to it on Saturday? What if somebody listens to it on Monday? So happy day, whichever day you are listening to the Jabba Tears podcast. As always, I am Janelle from HR, here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black, and we have a phenomenal, I really feel like we're on some Breakfast Club shit, because like every person we have on here, I feel like it's such a great like guest to have. Like,
I appreciate that.
I do my job.
I mean, you know.
First of all,
why y'all always hating on my recruitment process?
You be out here scouting anything and you
He
question
do.
them?
He does good.
Scouting.
You know what it is? We all have, I think that's just a part of the team. We all have strengths and weaknesses. So he's like, whenever you're looking for like new business, he's the new business. If you're ever looking for like community relations or like people to like maintain relationships, that is me.
Because I ain't talking to nobody after 2 weeks.
He does the intro and then it's like, figure it the fuck out. And it's like, okay. And then you have Mr. Black here, who is just like power to the people, very chilled, mellow. He has his own sector.
His sector's the hood.
Keep it on
That's why we had shout out to Hood Weed and Wrestling podcast that joined us a few weeks ago.
It was an extra black ass month of characters that were on here.
Yo, it's hilarious because it
Black
is,
history, right?
and we had to end off Black History Month with another black guest. Like that's just
I'm pretty black.
what it is.
Haitian.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we the first one.
I'm blackety black.
Because there's no white in there.
I
love my white people, though. I love my white people.
Well, shout out to Alex the engineer tonight.
Shout out to Alex, young Al, the Alex, you know.
Sorry,
I
yeah,
say
I
play
was
at the
like,
barbecue. Hope you can play spades, dogs.
yeah, and I hope you like
No
you play
reneging.
spades.
My wicker.
What?
We don't.
Well, as we are,
Make a new
before we
movie.
do
Black
have,
man can play spades.
Yo, give me a little juice,
too long,
Alex.
right?
They
I
out
can't-
here.
I
These
can't-
cats is talking bold right now.
I
I
cannot
can't be
deal with
getting
the
overshadowed.
amount of masculinity at this table.
It's strong.
Before we do like a world premiere of a song, by no other than Swerve City Podcast, who actually shout out to Martizi who did our theme song too, the king of theme songs. So before we do start that, I do want to let everyone
Respect
know
on that man's name, B.
I did. And shout outs to him too, because we're releasing this song, and we are the only ones that have it.
Oh,
so
exclusive.
it's off of it's off of Swerve City. So him along with Shane Strickland, that is creating an album that's coming out April 2020. During WrestleMania weekend, I do believe they're going to be releasing the album. So before we do get into that, I do want to actually go around. I actually want our guest to introduce himself.
Yeah,
I know
this whole
everybody's
time.
looking at like, okay, so fair warning.
Yeah.
Everyone that's going to be either watching on the live feed, podcast, or on Facebook or Instagram, if there are any jokes or anything, please do not take offense. What ends up happening is everyone is super protective of us, and they always feel like, who is this person? Like, who are you?
Oh, taking shots?
Yeah, it's friendly. It's friendly fire, I promise.
What's up, Ralph Rain?
That's the number one person that's probably gonna say some shit.
DJ Polo.
But let the fans and the viewers know who you are.
Shout out my son Matt.
Yo.
Matt from the Yer.
My name is AD Scholar. That's what I'm known by, AD. Most of the time, I'm a fitness pro. I'm a health professional.
Okay.
Hip hop enthusiast, wrestling fanatic.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I'm out here, man.
All right.
Native
So
New Yorker.
favorite wrestler of all time.
Favorite wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Wow.
I feel like all Haitian men like Bret
Okay.
Hart.
Because he didn't take no bullshit, bro. Like, yo, Hitman felt like a Haitian, B. Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't smiling for no reason.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? He told you something and what it was. Don't ask me too many questions.
Yo.
What you try to cheat me? I'm going to spit on you. And,
Yeah,
right?
actually, is the ultimate probably Haitian move that he did to Vince.
Only thing he needed was to grab like a Heineken bottle after it happened when Vince did it, and it would have been like, oh, okay, we in it right now.
Jesus.
You know what I
Someone
mean?
said that all Haitian like Hulk Hogan. I think the older generation like Hulk Hogan, but
Yeah.
the younger
I think like
generation-
if you grew up,
yeah,
And Bruno,
yeah,
Hogan and Bruno.
Yeah.
The
All the
next
Haitian-
wave, us, we was like, nah, it's Brett.
yeah, we like Bret Hart.
Yeah.
I
I definitely like Shawn Michaels.
see, yeah, I'm
But
like,
that happens.
but
That's when we'd be like, American. You're one of those American Haitians.
don't do him like that. You said you're a hip hop enthusiast as well.
Yeah.
Favorite rapper of all time.
Jay-Z.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's welcome at the table any day.
Jay's my guy.
Yup.
And that's tough for me because I'm a Bronx head. So like
Oh.
I struggle with my Brooklyn situation.
No,
at
it's
times,
okay. It happens to the best of us.
You know, but I Jay's that guy for me.
Exactly. Okay,
I'm
real
consistent.
quick, but
Ralph Reigns, well,
See?
we got the jokes.
See?
Tyrese dollar signs on the mic.
Okay. Fair. I'll take that one.
my man called him Ty Dolla Sign.
Tyrese dollar sign.
Oh, they taking your scarf?
Oh, thank you. That was my my Jericho moment. I was like, yo, throwback.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, you should have brought the list too.
Someone said,
I
someone
thought about
said-
it.
Someone said, my man's Wale T.
I'll take him.
Yo, see? But listen, anytime you get any of these jokes, it just means you are a part of the family.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'll take all that.
You got another compliment. Someone said, niggas in the Bronx don't dress like that.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I used to get that all the time. They'd be like, yo, you got to be from Brooklyn, fam. I was like, why? It's like, because Bronx cats don't look like that. I'd be like, yo.
Wait,
B,
so where in the Bronx are you from?
I'm on the west side by the concourse.
Okay, where?
In Burnside.
Oh, okay,
There's
cool.
Haitians over there?
No, I'm the only one.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
confident
I'm
because
like,
that's
there's
definitely
like four of
Spanish land.
us.
Because we used to go to the Spanish spot right under the 4 train on
Yeah.
Burnside.
Liberado.
Is your
Yeah.
baby mom Spanish?
Yeah, she's Dominican.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My wife, bro, don't be baby mama. If she listen to this, it might be a problem in the crib. She's like,
Oh,
yo,
don't
correct that.
cause a problem
different. It's
in his
different.
household.
Nah, it's like I
Please
can't even
and
say
thank
that's
you.
my wifey. That's my wife. It's
You
a
Haitian
difference.
too?
Nah, she's Dominican.
She says Dominican.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Same
gotta say
shit,
the same
same
thing.
shit.
Y'all on the
Same
same
shit.
island. Y'all
It's
fine.
pretty close.
It's okay.
Oh, was your mom's okay with that?
Yeah, my
At first?
Yeah, my family was all good with it. We weren't like we have Spanish. Like my grandmother's Cuban.
Yes,
So,
at the table.
Yeah, so we already understand like this is just part of how we are. We all African.
They weren't ignorant.
Okay.
We all African. We know what it is. You know what I
That's
mean? Like
just
you
what
look
it
at my
was.
wife, she look like a light skinned black girl. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She not like your typical like
Yeah,
Jenny
yeah.
from the block looking.
Kiki.
Yeah. You know,
Anyway,
Latina.
so before we do,
Easy.
oh, see, he's tuning in now. So before we do get to your song, Monteezy, with Shane Strickland, real quick around the table, we are once again at the end of Black History Month. We have each week we've done something a little different. The first 2 weeks we spoke about not popular, but figures in the wrestling community of African American descent. But actually today, I wanted to go real quick around the table. So we've coming off and we're going to get to Saudi. Promise you, we're going to get to Saudi. I wanted to go around the table and just ask the gentleman, who do you think was the MVP of Black History Month? So who had a good month?
And you talking about in pro wrestling?
Yes, in pro wrestling.
It was Bianca Belair.
Yes.
Yo, I have it either her or Keith Lee.
Yeah.
like-
Keith won the title in January, so it don't really count. But
But I
it's
felt
cool.
like his
Nah.
presence.
But the
is-
match in Portland.
His presence.
Yeah, he changed the game, man. Like
I
even,
agree.
I agree. Like Royal Rumble on, it's like now it's almost kind of like where it like I need to see Keith on television. I need to see him defending his title. Like I need to see him on TV as much as possible
I
because
agree.
he's a beast.
So Keith Lee, you said I agree with you.
It is Bianca because, and some people didn't agree with me when I said this, but she solidified herself.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't solidified before this month.
Facts. She's actually one of my favorite wrestlers right now.
And she had a coming out party at Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Then the feud that's going on, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've been following Bianca since like the beginning.
Okay.
And I've always been
We've been on this roller coaster ride talking about Bianca Belair from the beginning.
I've been a fan of her for a very long time, and I've become a more of a fan of her because I know she was a weightlifter.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I'm interested in you,
Right,
I'm gonna
you
do
go
the
in.
research.
Oh, he definitely does.
I believe it.
So I'm gonna know about your mama, your daddy, everything.
This man found out about Demi Lovato. Lord, he
Really?
pulled up all the Carfax on her. We was like, yeah, bro, we already knew that. He's like,
You saw things that shouldn't have been seen?
No, you know what it was?
if he could,
I never been a fan of her like that.
Right.
And then she got thick. Hey, you
She
know how
left
Haitian
it.
men like light skin thick.
There was so much joy in your eyes when you said thick just now.
I mean, that's one of my kryptonite right there.
And so I saw it. I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I was when it comes to Bianca, I was like, oh, she's a weightlifter. Mark Henry put her on.
Yeah.
Mark Henry slid into her DMs.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Because she's a
premier athlete.
premier athlete.
Premier.
On like every level, like weightlifting, track, all that.
You can't question it if you just look at her.
Yeah. So when I found out, I was like, all right, let me continue following. But she's like one of the few black girls on the roster at the time.
Right.
So I continue following her, do whatever. And she wasn't good in the beginning.
Right.
He shitted on her low key.
I was honest about her.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, there's star potential there, but she's super green.
Shout out to the current NWA Women's Champion that's on the live feed. Thunder Rosa is watching our live feed right now.
Word.
I had to look it up. I was like, wait a minute. That's not a real.
Yo.
So shout outs to her.
You know who follows us?
Fucking what the fuck is his
Eric
name?
Rowan.
Eric Rowan.
Rowan? What is this?
Yeah.
But
Nyla Rose.
So
And yeah, Nyla Rose definitely
so
That's
a
dope.
fan.
I saw it, and I'm going to get a little long-winded, but this episode's been long-winded when you talk about black people.
I mean, it's our month. We had we added extra
Shortest
day.
month, longest conversation.
I've been following her, and I was like, she's not ready.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, yo, she's there. No, she's not. No, she was not. In-ring ability was not there. The talent was there.
Mm-hmm. Her athleticism was there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she wasn't polished.
Yeah.
And then Royal Rumble hit.
Woo! Breaking
That-
records
yeah.
and shit.
Her mic skills wasn't even on point yet.
Yo.
Then she really showed off these past couple of weeks.
Yo, she's nasty on the mic right now.
Because she became herself.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's more comfortable.
And before when we did pre-production meeting,
Right.
we were talking about her husband,
Uh-huh.
Montez,
Right.
Montez, I'm
Right.
sorry, how he is an extension of himself when he's as a character.
Yeah.
Bianca now
Yeah, I can see
on
that.
the mic is an extension of herself, but just exaggerated.
But here's the thing, though. And here's the thing that you got to commend Paul Heyman for doing is he's basically giving back the soul back to the wrestlers. Because if you notice that when the Street Profits came over the first time, right?
Right.
It was just like, who are these guys? You saw glimmers of who they were, the characters, every now and then. And now when you realize they let them be them all the way through,
Yeah.
they look happier. They're more enthusiastic.
They're into it. Yeah.
And you notice that they move has that flair. I wasn't a fan of his boy. What's his boy's name?
D'Angelo?
D'Angelo.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of him. I was
Dawkins,
just
yeah.
like, all right, I get it. He's a big guy. But then I realized he's getting better than the mic. He's moving better. If you notice,
Yeah, he
he
is
don't
moving
look
better.
as fluffy no more. You could tell that
Oh no,
he's
he's
cutting
shedding
weight.
He's shedding weight.
And you could tell that
Because
he's
they
taking.
yelled at him.
They had to.
They yelled at him.
Because he can be a stud.
I didn't know they yelled at him because like I don't know into the whole backstage stuff like
No,
that.
it's
Talking
not.
to the mic.
It's not.
No,
that.
but it's just like when you're like, I don't want to say on the main stage, but when you're a representation, like you have to, keep yourself a certain. There has to be a certain look. Like for instance, look at Kevin Owens.
Right.
When KO came in the first time, I mean, he's always gonna have that gut, but you can see that he slimmed down a little bit.
did
You can
slim
see
down.
like when he had his injury and he, rehabbed and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You can see that the weight came off and that he looks he still moves the same because
Yeah.
he's phenomenal in the ring, but in terms of how the presentation of it, it's a very different KO now than it was
It's a different KO.
2 years ago.
And now
And the same goes for Dawkins,
Yeah,
where when
Dawkins.
they
He's
were
getting
on
there.
NXT, he was a little thickums, but I love him thickums, so it's cool. And then now he's on Raw. He's crispier. He's definitely presenting himself in a different way. So real quick, who is your MVP of Black History Month?
Real talk. It might be funny to say this. I got to give it to Booker T and Mark Henry.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I give it to them because they basically remind us how important are having those OGs in the locker room and able to talk to those OGs and having that stamp of approval for somebody who been through what they've been through. And the fact that came on backstage at the end of Black History Month and how they broke down what they've been through, I didn't realize, I forgot that there was only 8 wrestlers in WWE that were black.
Yeah.
And during that time, they was like, yo, this is us, and it made the best of it. And everybody in the Nation Domination became something.
Right.
You know, Booker T became something. He wasn't in Nation Domination, but he made the best of his opportunity. And they basically remind me, as a black person, beyond a wrestling fan, just me as a man, realize that, yo, as long as you have the willpower and able to do this and remind you who you are and how that we all black excellence across the board, you can accomplish anything.
Absolutely.
So this is why I'll give them the MVP for Black History Month, because we got to respect the OG. I feel we don't give Mark Henry that respect. We don't give Booker T that respect all the time, because Mark Henry was the original. Him and The Rock was the 2 original guys who was from the original developmental that actually made something out of them.
Right.
No one gives them credit. Everybody talk about The Rock, but Mark Henry was like the guy he came from the Olympics and he had to learn wrestling basically on the fly.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had his hand in so many different people, not only just black people, but also someone like a Braun Strowman,
right?
Where you could have the big beefy dudes like that, but also athletic. That was unseen in his time. Right. It was all about don't get off your feet, this, that, and
no
third.
Top ropes for you.
Right. Yeah. But because he was the prototype, he able to open the doors for many big men who played the WWE games. Let's be serious here. When we played WWE games, we had the choke slam, the powerbomb, Stone Cold Stunner as our transition moves.
Yeah.
And now it come normal.
Yeah.
But guys like Mark Henry and Booker T, we need to give them flowers now and remind everybody that without them, there won't be certain guys in the ring.
You know what I love about that is that I met Mark at Sue's Rendezvous one time, right?
I believe it.
And so I'm at Sue's.
I believe it.
And I look around, I'm like, oh shoot, that's Mark, and I'm not even thinking about it. And then I just started just being like, yo man, what's up, man? I love your work. And he was like, it's a regular dude. He didn't
Oh yeah, he's super
new.
regular. Cool. He's hosted a viewing party or 2 before. He's definitely. We've met him a few times. One of our previous times we did an interview with him. So he's definitely a regular dude.
Right.
He's a regular nigga at the end of the day. So let's get into the world premiere song. I know the gentleman that helped put this song together has probably been waiting on the live feed.
But he can't hear it on the live feed. He has to go on the Facebook.
Oh, he could be on both. So I don't know. Oh, so those that are watching on Instagram, if you can go and switch to Facebook Live real quick to hear the song that we're about to play.
Yeah, I should have on a speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This guy.
World premiere.
Premiere. That was your...
World premiere. Swerve City. Featuring Dub. This song is called Free. From the Humble Beginnings album.
Oh, don't die. This how you smoke to.
Already.
Yeah, I'm about to smoke to this tonight.
You would probably gonna smoke to this tonight.
All I'm asking, no distraction living. If nothing else, the generation passed to everybody that needed help. I want to be free, but the time is against me. Father, time is in me. I want to grow that planet seed on empty. Me and God on a friendly. How's it feel trying to keep the world while being free and learn to keep control? How's it feel to let every dream respect every scene and just keep it so? I don't know. But I should go. I have a planned destination to the status of unknown. Here's the key to the box, freedom on lock. Let's break it, escape it, let's Morpheus out this matrix. Got time on a day shift. I'm controlling, I'm rolling to find this time I'm zoning. I need the place to be open to new and me awoken. For all my people is finding out all about make the destination and
that was Free.
But that's it.
That's
featuring Dub.
We'll play a little bit more, but when we end the show, we'll play a little bit more. But we do have to get to some homework before we get to our first opening segment.
Should do it March 22nd. You have the kids on Sundays?
Actually, I might have a men's group that day. But what's up?
I mean, you can bring the men's to the brunch, too. It's cool.
Oh, you got the brunch that day?
March 22nd, jackets. I really always want to say belts and brunch, but it's not that. Sorry. Wrestling jackets and belts brunch day party hosted by the Job Tears Podcast and Pretty Heels, where we announced this week we will be doing our 100th episode live. I repeat, our 100th
Is that actually
episode.
more technically?
It's a little bit, but I mean,
For the official podcast?
Official.
Podcast is 100 episodes.
because we did a pilot,
congrats.
and then we did a few other.
And then we have the Inside the Indies, then we have the Big Four.
Yeah, we do like little side shit.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but the 100th episode of the Job Tears Podcast will be happening live March the 22nd. So mark your calendars, RSVP on eventbrite.com, or hit up the Job Tears Podcast for more information. Just keep in mind, you do not need to have a belt or a jacket to attend. So don't let that. I've had people hit me up like, it should be up like, can I borrow a jacket? No, you can't borrow my jacket. No. What's wrong with you?
But not even a belt, though?
I don't have belts. So that I've never been big on belts. That's not me.
Okay.
But you can if
Jackets are low-key expensive.
they are.
I mean, I believe it.
They're $150.
I own them.
Nah,
so
about $130.
That's too much.
It's not
I got
that
a lot
much.
of jackets. I kind of live that life, so I understand that. The belt
Yeah, like
part.
I got like chalk line wise, I have 1, 2, 3. I probably have 5.
Okay.
But 2 were gifts. My first one was a gift, my Macho Man, and then the Taker one I just got was a gift too.
I got 3.
So yeah.
One I got a discount on it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
the Reason one.
Yeah, and then one I was a gift, and one I paid. One actually
This one, yeah.
This is Black History Month. So
Got you.
Yeah, cause so last year when when WrestleMania was here, I had got the new day. So the background of the jacket, I have the shirt. So when we went to SmackDown and we ended off the week, we both wore it and we took a picture up front of Barclays and was like, "This is the end."
I got none. So
Well,
That's
you
cute.
Well, we're gonna get you one.
It's-
Actually, we tried to get you one. Actually, we were thinking about it for SummerSlam because it was in Canada, and we were gonna try to do the Heart Foundation, and then they all sold out. So we were trying to actually do something, but once again, March 22nd, wrestling jackets and belts brunch day party. So we will be having. So if you like a little few mimosas like I do, come out and support the team. But also, once again, we are what?
Compton's very own said what up.
Oh, what up?
Little strap over the shoulder.
But once again, we will be doing our 100th episode live at Taj. So once again, more information, go to eventbrite.com or hit up one of us at any time for more information. Even though it's going to be, this episode's going to be dropped on Friday, but Friday, February the 28th, the EMTs. So those that you've ever been to an independent show in New York City, every show has to have an EMT present. Period. But the amazing EMTs of New York City for independent wrestling is throwing a Wrestling for a Cause. It's a charity event for cancer. And they're throwing the wrestling show on Friday, February the 28th, so which is in time today if you're listening to on Friday. But those that are watching on the live feed, it is tomorrow on Friday in Queens at the Elks Lodge. So tickets are on eventbrite.com, $25. But once again, proceeds will be going to a foundation in honor of cancer. And then this Saturday, we have our AEW Evolution viewing party at Playwright Bar. Not at Legends, but the first bar the last time we was at for AEW. We're going to be back there again on 36 between 5th and 6th. So come out, support RSVP as well for that. And before that, Sean and Evolve are in New York City on Saturday. So if you do want to go to those shows, but they're doing a meet and greet before Evolve with Keith Lee, Rhea Ripley, and Ciampa. So once again, if you're in the New York City area and you want to do those meet and greets, you can go on Evolve's website for more information. And then we have our WWE Elimination Chamber actually next Sunday. Jesus, why is it already March? This is the story of my life. March the 8th, we will be at Legends for our the Road to WrestleMania Elimination Chamber, hosted by the lovely ladies of the Pretty Heels gang. So please come out. Once again, this is the last stop to WrestleMania. And then the boys will be here once again in New York for WrestleMania weekend, where I will actually be in Tampa, Florida, representing the Job of Tears podcast, and I will be at Miss Faye Jackson's Gray Sweatpants Battle Royale. So once again, tickets are on sale on Eventbrite.com for that. And then I'll be coming back to New York, and the gang will all be at Women Crush Wednesday 2 for Battle Club Pro show on Wednesday, April the 8th, which if you are free, you can bring the kids. It's a great thing.
Sweet.
And then, as always, Jobber Slam July 4th, if you once again are in town.
Okay.
July 4th, our first ever wrestling show along with Battle Club Pro, where we will have Tasha Steelz versus Big Swole. And then we have Simon Miller of Woke Culture facing Sir Wilkins of the Job of Tears podcast for the very first time.
Okay.
So those are just a little bit of tidbits. Last but not least, as we once again mentioned that we are entering our 100th episode, we would not be anywhere without everyone that has been a part of the Jobber Nation, that's been a part of our wrestling family. So those that are watching on the live feed and on Facebook Live and that are listening wherever you may be listening this at, if you can send us a quick video of your favorite Jobber Tears podcast moment, and you can email it to our email, jobbertearspodcast@gmail.com. We want to hear from you guys. And once again, as we get closer to the 22nd, you send us some videos. We're going to post them on our social media. We want to hear from you guys. We want to see what you guys like the most. I have to really sit and think about what's like one of my favorite moments. I don't know. I really feel like I need to go back in the beginning, because we've had a wild roller coaster ride the last 100 episodes. Like the beginnings were rough, and now we're at a we're in a really good position. I think all of us sitting at the table. So it's gonna be good to see what people that have been on the other side have thought of our podcast and their favorite moments. So once again, you can send us a small clip. It could be 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever it is. You can send it to our email address, the jobbertearspodcast@gmail.com. And once again, throughout the next few weeks, we will post those videos.
Yeah.
Let's start. Gentlemen, behind Gorilla's position, our OMG moment of this week. Joey, I am disappointed in you. WWE has suspended Samoa Joe for 30 days due to his first violation of the WWE wellness policy. So actually, it's funny because we spoke about this a few weeks ago when Andrade had got suspended, that Joe's name was kind of in the mix of the suspended, people to be suspended soon. And it was a rumor. So now the rumor is actually very true. His suspension started this past Monday, February the 24th, and will go 30 days once again. And it's crazy because not only is he suspended, but he's also battling a concussion that he actually got from a commercial shoot that he did for WWE.
Jeez.
My man on the job getting hurt and then get suspended. I don't know.
Is he getting suspended for weed?
I don't think so.
It's not weed no more.
I don't think so, because
It might be weed.
I thought Andrade was weed.
so because I've heard in the business that people will pay a fine.
That's what I thought.
To not get that tested for that, because they do that for whatever reason. I've heard of that a few times.
Right.
But I also heard this. I was watching something, and they said it's kind of
They
like
said
this.
talking to the mic.
No, they kind of say this it'll be an automatic. They say they're doing something and they can't make it to the drug test.
Right.
They always say, all right, it's automatic fail. So that's what I heard from Andrade. That's what I heard.
So failure to show up.
It's a fail of a test because you didn't take the test.
Well,
That's if that happened.
No, because what it was that they rescheduled on him, and he had other shit to do, and he couldn't make it. So it's kind of it's like what he just said. It's like, you don't show up. It's not your fault you don't show up. You have something else to do.
Right.
So they assume that you're hiding something.
Yeah, so it could be something along lines as that. But I guess since I've talked first.
But yeah, actually, so the question to the table: will the time hurt Joe or will it help Joe?
Honestly, I reach a point with Joe.
Talking to the goddamn mic.
I reach a point with Joe is
this is a continuous.
He probably needs to just take a break and just really just focus for a little bit, because not only that, you have a concussion, and concussions are no joke just to come back from. And it's your second one in less than 2 months. So and then it's just in a short time span. Just take this time out, come out a little bit, just stay on the shelf a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, even though that you may miss a WrestleMania check,
Again.
but you can always just come back from that because you'll be a healthier version of you. And maybe he could take this time out to do like some soul searching. Like, yo, maybe it's time for me just to lose some weight, do something different. So when I come back, I will be a better version of Joe. Because Joe been the same type of character since TNA. There's not been much differentiation from his character.
Yeah, when he came in as like Triple H's hitman, that was the move. That was the move. And then they stepped away from that. That storyline ended with no real like conclusion. It was just a stop. And like, so to answer your question of whether or not it helps or hurts, it all depends on whether or not, one, they can give some new juice to Joe. Like, Joe is too talented for him not to be a regular main event consideration. If he can't make sense on Raw, they should. I think they should have had him on SmackDown. Personally, when they were building up the roster, I think aesthetically he'd bring something different to that roster. But they wanted to keep him on Raw. Cool. But then you put him on Raw and you don't know whether or not you want to put him in the announcement booth. You don't know whether or not you want to have him in the ring.
Which I loved.
I thought he was
by
great.
By the way. Like,
was
Joe on the announce team
was
definitely a breath of fresh air for Raw when that happened. So I was kind of glad. But then, once again, the wrestling fan of me was like, I'd rather see Joe in the ring.
But it's what are they going to do? What's the story? Because I'll tell you right now, him and KO and the Viking Raiders going up against the Messiah, to me, I needed a twist. I needed Joe to really become a hitman again. Like, I think I don't want the prolific Joe being like, let me tell you.
That word's being used a lot lately.
Yo, man, Joe be too wordy sometimes, trying to be like cerebral. Just be a killer, man. Be a killer and come back pissed off. If you're going to be gone, it's only going to help if he comes back pissed off and takes somebody out.
I agree.
And he needs to take somebody out that people are going to be like, oh, wow, we didn't see that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So, Wilkins, will the time help or hurt Joe?
It's going to hurt him initially, and it might hurt him in the long run.
You think so?
Because Joe is not a favorite of backstage.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the locker room. I'm talking about
because he's not really a company guy.
He's the company in general, guy, right? And you have to look at it of who Joe is. Joe is, I'm gonna talk in basketball terms and sports terms. Joe's the veteran.
Yeah.
That gets injured a lot because he gets injured a lot in general. Mm-hmm. So you can't put anything on him.
Yeah,
you can't give him full. You can't rely on him. Can't give him full responsibility. So you can't give him a long-term contract, basketball wise. Or if I put a title on him, he's gonna get injured. And that's the thing about Joe. So he does come back. He goes in the back of the line, in my opinion. Will like they always say. My aunt always say the cream always rises to the top. So he will move back up.
Right,
but it's gonna take a while. And
do you think he should change his style then?
No. He shouldn't change his style. Should he be? The thing, Joe, is he's ridiculously talented. So he can go on either side of the fence,
right.
Heel or face.
Right.
But changing style, nah, that's who he is. Because you know why I don't say change style? Because he never fully got the full push with his style. So let that work out a little bit more and see where it can go. But they're not. I don't think they're ever going to do that because of his age, and because of he's always not his size. We can get past that because we're not in 2000. We're not in 98, 99. Where
body guys aren't necessarily
the body guys not that important. Body guys actually never really killed in the industry.
Which is why I was always so like when fucking Sid was champion. I was like, how the fuck did this happen? Like I watched that the other night. What the fuck? What pay-per-view was
Sid
it?
was talented.
It was fucking. I think it was Hogan versus
Sid was good. Sid was good for what he was. Sid was good for what he was.
Okay, that's a better statement than to say that Sid was talented.
He wasn't bad. And I think people.
He wasn't a worker, bro. Like even
most dudes in that industry weren't workers.
Well, no, because Kevin Nash definitely, and I love me some Big Sexy, but everybody knows Kevin Nash.
His work rate wasn't great.
Was not great in the ring at all.
Literally, the reason why we always talk about especially Brett and Sean.
Right. Oh, yeah, because their work rate was insane.
Because it was only them.
Yeah. They were the ones for that, right? And they just needed to bounce off bodies.
Maybe a few others. I'm not remembering their names really well, but it was not that many workers back then.
At that time, yeah.
No.
So Sid was on the upper echelon during that time.
He caught the good. Really, what Sid did is he caught the good wave. Like at that
Yeah,
point,
I'll give you that.
At that
He did.
at that
I
level of what was going on in wrestling, like Sid caught that wave. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna ride this shit till it literally falls
Yeah.
out," and he did because he ended up fucking headlining. I don't know what pay. I really want to say it was it SummerSlam? I think it was SummerSlam because I watched it I tried to watch it the other night, and I ended up watching King of the Ring. But whatever.
Right.
But Sid ended up facing Hogan for the title, and it was just like, what? Like, so he caught, I think, really good moments, and I think that's always what you always talk about, like when in terms of wrestling having those moments. Sid had those moments. But it was never in terms of like super memorable either.
He did, but it's also to go back to Joe.
Right.
Joe can have those moments, but the company won't fully let him have those moments.
No, he definitely hit the tip when he was U.S. champion, and then it all went down from there.
But then he gets injured.
Yeah,
that's another thing. He could be an upper echelon mid card guy, borderline. Hey, I'm gonna toss him in the main event because he's a great filler. But he keeps getting injured.
But that's why I say, wouldn't it make sense to switch his style so that he can prevent? Like, people can say what they want about The Miz, but The Miz is accurate when he says, "I'm always here." And his style lends to that, right?
But I don't even think it's his style that's affecting his injuries.
You don't.
Because I don't think I just think he's injured prone. I think he's one of those players.
He does a lot of dynamic things. Like when he gets off his feet, like when you're that big, you get off your feet. But the landing is going. You know what I mean? Like,
we know because of the landing. Once you stick, it's knees, straight knees. But sometimes the way he's gotten injured is like he puts somebody in
shit.
It's some random shit.
It's some shit like somebody came down from the top rope and stepped on his hand.
It's never been like how fucking Xavier got injured. It's not some Achilles, some athletic shit. It's been on some random shit, and it's. I think he might need to train differently.
That'd be fair too.
I think that might be what it really comes down to. He's training his body differently to prevent that shit.
Yeah.
Because I've seen his training. He'll already do some boxing shit, and then he goes back home.
But he doesn't do any conditioning.
He does,
but he's never. But that's always been Joe. Joe's never been the.
But he's so good at it, so you kind of can let it go.
So you just let it slide. Certain shit you let slide.
You let it slide. But the thing about it, he has to change the way he trains.
Yeah.
It really comes like a lot of these guys. It's not even like the way that they wrestle. It's the way that they train outside of wrestling. Some guys don't even work out like that.
That's fair.
What if I get it, but a lot of these guys don't eat properly. It all comes down to diet too, because you could be all brolic and all of that, be the most athletic dude in the gym, but you ain't eating right, like we discussed earlier. That how can your body actually heal? So you don't know what's Joe's actual diet outside the ring. That might be a real
point right there.
Because I remember when Joe was in TNA and he basically put the whole company on his back. He literally had every men's title on TNA. And he was not fluffy Joe. He was just like, ooh, okay,
Big
Joe.
Samoan,
And he wasn't injured all the time. Then he went years always being on every single Impact show.
So you just said something really
years.
Yeah.
like
Joe
ain't spring chicken no more.
Because hold on for a second. Let's go back to what you just said. You said he put a whole company on his back for years, right? And he's getting tired.
Yeah, his
body's going through it because he was in ROH too.
Yeah,
he was in ROH in the days when motherfuckers were hitting each other,
right?
Like hard.
So my thing is this way: is if you have been training,
AK Nigel McGuinness, straight.
If you have been doing what y'all just said this, he hits the back and go home. So he probably had the same diet, the same routine since TNA days, and we all know that our knowledge of the body have changed over the years.
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, probably it's time not to switch his style up, none of that, because he's a killer. I love him like that. But maybe really take some time. I say, all right, let me actually get my nutrition on.
Get right.
I think it's training. I think it's nutrition. Nutrition plays a huge factor in it. But it's like, yo, bro, because I know for a fact for a fact, because I remember when I spoke to Shawn Michaels, right? Not Shawn Michaels, Shane McMahon, about the Performance Center and like how they train. He was like, we had it years ago before, nobody used it.
The gym.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody used it. Nobody used it. And then you have two types of guys, like you said, body guys and regular guys.
Right.
But even the body guys need to switch the way that they train. For instance, Triple H.
Right.
Man pulled mad quads.
Mad twice.
More than one is mad quads.
All of them.
Both of them.
Both of them pulled.
Boof.
Exactly.
Twice.
He had to switch
All
up.
8.
He had to switch up the way he
Facts.
trains.
Exactly.
Yeah, switch up the way he trained.
Yeah.
And
To more of a functional type of thing.
But Triple H came from that era where nobody was doing legs.
No, Triple H did legs.
No,
Triple H did
like
legs.
the way that we do legs now, how that it's part of the routine. He's not doing legs how you.
No,
was doing
he
it.
was.
No.
Triple H did legs.
Triple H.
Those quads
Trips,
were mighty.
Quads
but-
were there.
But he was one of those few cats who did do legs like that, right? Like he was one of those cats who kind of transitioned the body guy that we knew before with like the juiced up body guy to the I'm gonna actually train all the time body guy. And 8 Trips he does all the time. He's constantly training.
Well,
All the
this
time.
also go back to what I said too. That something I said is also like he's Samoan, right? I think that
He's part.
He's pseudo Samoan, I believe.
okay.
Pretty
he's
sure
okay,
Mama
you know what?
white.
Nets coming out
Mama
whole.
Daddy Samoan.
Nets put this one spectrum. He's a Pacific Islander, right? Can I say that about like just
He's
to
partial, yeah.
Yeah, let's say
He's Samoan.
Right, he's Samoan.
You got a drop of that
know
shit
what?
in
Yeah,
you. You
yeah,
Samoan.
same way we do
Same
black.
thing with
Yeah.
black people.
Yeah,
You
Samoan.
black.
I'll give
he's
you that.
Samoan.
I'll give you that.
Nah, we're not
Samoan.
doing that to him.
And I think
We're not
that
gonna disrespect
he
Joe.
needs to actually learn how to really like eat better and train according to his heritage.
And his
Because
Yo.
for example, right? Us Haitian niggas, we love rice, but due to where we was,
I gave up rice.
due to our region, we're not supposed to eat rice the way we do because we're gonna blow up. We literally will be mad bloated all the time.
Right.
I say it's delicious though.
It's delicious. What?
With the
Like,
beans?
Yeah.
with the beans?
man,
Oh my
jeez,
God,
that's-
D.
Black
Colette? Woo! Man, that's some rice right there.
Right now.
Man, that's healthy rice.
So mad.
Dang.
I gave it up.
But,
Can't even eat that shit.
But-
The next fucking 39 days.
Oh, they got 300
Fucking
calories left
bullshit.
about
But you on Lent?
Yeah. So I gave up bread. I gave up rice, and I gave up chocolate.
Yo, you don't gotta give up that many things, just one.
No, like every year I do 3
Oh.
because I try to keep it, something refreshed and different. And me and him always go back and forth. I'm always like, all right, so what carbs I gotta get rid of? And he always tells me, I tell you this all the time. And I'm like, oh, I know, but still, I forget. So this time, but chocolate has been like, chocolate has been the hardest thing so far. And it's only day 2. I'm fucked up.
Bless
Like,
you.
so actually, great transition into the next topic. So the tweet of the week goes to Miss Trish Stratus. So happy 20 years to Miss Trish Stratus. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus took to Twitter on Wednesday, February the 26th, to, I guess, begin the slow countdown to her 20th anniversary of her TV debut on March 19th, 2000,
TNA,
the
RIP
edition of Sunday Night Heat, where she came out as Tess and Albert's valet manager. So that was her TV debut. So 20 years ago.
AKA Big Cass Pops.
It's not Big Cass Pops. But if you watch on her Twitter, it's actually a video. It's not even a tweet. It's a video of her showing clips. Like, it's like 20 years, and it has Trish Stratus, and it says 20 years, and then it's like the music goes on, and then you see a clip. You see a clip of the picture of her and Sasha Banks at the Royal Rumble, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, and then the video ends like abruptly.
Okay.
So, question to the table.
Sublims?
Would you, and you already seen Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. That had happened, SummerSlam in Toronto this past year.
Right.
Would you be interested to see Trish Stratus versus the boss, Sasha Banks? And would it add value to Sasha's career?
Yeah. Just go back to what I always say.
Talking to the goddamn
It's
mic.
all about having those moments. And I've been saying that and I feel that you need more moments. You need those wins underneath your belts. You need those when you look at it like, I remember when she went and go Sasha Banks. I remember she went against Trish Stratus, and it was a great match. And somebody who's not competing for WWE Championship, WWE Championship, same thing.
Right.
Give her something to do. And adding Sasha to the card, not only that, it'll add value to her because her album's coming out pretty soon. And why have her accompany Bayley to the ring? Make her do something.
Do not accompany Cabbage Patch to
And
the ring.
am I?
Don't disrespect my boo like that.
I'm gonna disrespect. We
I'm
gonna get to
about that
Saudi.
Bayley life
We
right
gonna
now.
get to Saudi.
I'm about that Bayley life.
Soft booty.
Nah,
and-
fuck
and-
out of here.
and-
Fuck that.
I mean, am I a fan
I
of?
love you, babe.
Don't
Am I
let
a fan of bringing back old talent?
Right.
Just to put over bring my old talent? No, because take away a spot of somebody who
Wait,
deserve
say
it
that
currently.
again. Wait, say that again.
Even though I'm not a fan of bring my old talent.
Okay. All right.
You just coming for him?
No.
You want to start this early?
No, I didn't.
You want to start this early?
Because they gonna come about me about Taker. So I already know.
okay.
So I realized that when he said that, I was like, all right, shit, never mind.
Like, that felt loaded.
But
Yeah, that felt
Motherfucker
loaded.
walked in, walked out.
I was like, whoa.
Yo, that was the greatest thing. We're gonna get to Saudi. I promise. Okay, finish what you were saying.
nevertheless, though, I forgot my train of thought. Nevertheless, though, even I'm not a big fan of it, but again, that will be like it gives both of them something. You know, it gives a Trish Stratus that maybe the final WrestleMania moment she wanted, and she actually put over Sasha who kind of needs it right now.
Yo, Black, I'm going to tell you something right now. This is my hot take.
What's up?
Okay? Hot take.
Ooh, I live for the hot take.
Sasha's washed.
Whoa.
Sasha's
That is-
washed. Okay?
Could you not wait until after Black History Month to say that?
No matter.
Nah, I'm going
Black
to keep
History
it
Month is
a
every
buck.
month for us.
Because black people always keep it 100 with each other. We
Yeah.
can't be out here acting like it's not
All
the case.
right.
First of all, you come back and you bossed up, right? And then you become, a sidekick to Bayley. And I love Bayley. Don't
No,
get me
fuck
wrong.
outta here.
Like, first of all, what should have happened is she could have came for Bayley's neck. That should have been the rivalry we saw. That should have been the storyline that's been going and building to WrestleMania. That's what it should have been. But that didn't happen because at the end of the day, nobody want to watch Sasha no more because she had a window. She messed it up because she was talking too much. She should have kept her mouth shut. Shut up. Show up and do your job. You didn't do that. If you want to leave, leave. She ain't leave. So now she's back on WWE television or not, which is the other part of it.
She's injured.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she coming
But she
back.
ain't wrestled yet. When's the last time she wrestled? So she could have, if she's going to be a valet.
No, she's never
She's
gonna
not.
violate a fucking Bayley.
My point exactly. So my thing is, there's nothing right now that makes me care about Sasha Banks. Now, if you want to talk about what could be dope, I think it's now Bianca's spot. And Bianca takes where that Sasha spot is, because I'll tell you right now,
Black on black crime.
I'm telling you, Bianca's a better Sasha Banks than Sasha Banks is, because at the end of the day, when Bianca get on the mic and start talking that black talk, she sound like the real deal.
But then again,
Sasha sound like some suburban black kid who want to try to talk
I mean,
like
that's
I'm a
not her
but
fault.
cool, but
Technically.
that's not Sasha's fault.
Why? That's
It-
what they wrote her script to
No,
be?
no.
No, that's-
Because
she
that's
got a
how
white
probably Sasha
mama.
was raised.
So guess
She got a
what?
white
If we're talking
mama,
about your
though.
Wait.
personality, supposed
Wait.
to be an
Her
extension
mama
of who
white.
you really
Oh,
are.
then that's her fault then.
Yo, be an extension of who you really
That's
are.
not, all right, gentlemen at the table.
I'm sorry. I just
Gentlemen. We will not be talking about our queens like this in this.
That's what I said. Can we not?
No.
Oh,
no.
wait,
I
wait,
want
wait.
the same energy all year round.
No,
I'm
no,
black
no,
24/7.
no,
I am black
no,
for
no,
20,
you-
Oh, and guess
29
what?
days,
And next
28
month
days.
is Women's History Month, so we definitely not about to be bashing
need-
nobody for the next 30 days.
Hold
I
on.
talked to-
I'm
I
just
talked
saying,
to-
keeping it a buck.
Wait.
Keep it
Let's
a buck.
not talk over each other. Y'all both disrespectful as hell, B.
what you will.
Y'all both disrespectful. First of all, this bullshit that we talking about, Trish Stratus added to Sasha's legacy. Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
that's not even.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, y'all
How
was
you
saying
mad?
that.
Nah,
you was
nah.
not saying that. You're not saying that when Mick Foley was putting over Randy Orton, right?
Am I talking about Mick Foley and Randy Orton? Am I
was not
talking about
saying
Mick Foley that came off the fucking cage? Am I talking about Mick Foley, ECW God? Am I talking about Mick
not
Foley,
saying
a
that.
Hall of Famer?
Keep that same
No.
energy.
We're going to talk about Trish Stratus. We're going to talk about Trish Stratus for a second. Because Trish, she's great. She's great. But her wrestling Sasha is not into her legacy. Because Sasha wanted that.
What you say? Sasha wanted.
She did.
She wanted her
so,
and Trish.
so that's why the moment, like you could, it literally is a still moment.
Right.
It's a picture of them staring each other down because Sasha
I remember
wanted
that.
that.
I remember that.
Sasha wanted the
and-
smoke.
and
legit.
they gave it to Charlotte.
Right.
But the thing, yes, indeed. Hold on, because we need to talk about what you just said.
Yeah, let's go for it.
We're gonna go for both sides.
Yeah, let's go.
So first of all, Trish is done.
Yeah, fact.
Trish is done. Trish is done. So her coming back, she gets a rub from Sasha. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
I don't.
Sasha ain't
know.
giving nobody a rub right now.
No. We're gonna keep going. Number two. Sasha is phenomenal. They don't know what to do with her at this point because she's injured. They don't know what to do with her. This thing's gonna happen for her. Now, when she came back the second time with the wig and everything, she made this women's division relevant again. Because there was nothing going on.
She woke people up.
There was nothing going on.
There was
nothing going on. I fucks with Becky, but she wasn't doing shit.
She still ain't.
She wasn't doing shit. Charlotte, they're over Charlotte.
Yeah.
They're over Charlotte. Charlotte's phenomenal. Charlotte's a legend. Charlotte's like the LeBron of the fucking women's division. But they're over her, just like the people over LeBron. Let's keep it a whole ass buck. Bailey, I like Bailey. I met her.
She's cool, but she ain't
cool.
doing nothing
She's cool.
for SmackDown at all.
But I'll tell you this: at least she shifted something. She made a switch. She rejuiced her shit.
She had no choice.
It happened,
She had
and
no choice.
she did something. But the thing about it,
and it's still half-ass believable too.
When Sasha came back, she broke the internet. Now, granted, we said one thing: her window, it was closed. It was closed. Creative went the wrong direction with that.
Yeah.
Creative went the wrong direction with the whole situation.
Yeah.
And it didn't go the right way. But
is she relevant right now?
She isn't because she's not doing anything.
She's injured,
but I'm saying, like, if she comes back right now,
she breaking the internet.
It's all about how correct, and everybody the next day will be talking about how Sasha Banks was on SmackDown Live. It's all about how they put. It's all about how they put her back on.
But even that, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I always talk about Impact.
Yeah.
On this podcast, and I always talk about Impact with them. Numbers may not say anything. Every time I posted about Sasha on our IG, comments went wild.
Yeah, I'll give you that for sure.
Comments went wild. That's how powerful she is. Now, you are right. She isn't really relevant right now. She might be low-key washed. But her power of relevancy and impact is still there. It's just that she got it.
She about to
now,
super spin.
To go off your last comment about Bianca. Bianca's Bianca.
Yeah.
You can't compare the two.
Oh, that's bullshit.
You can't compare the two.
Bullshit.
They're two
You
different
can't compare
athletes.
the two.
But in pro wrestling, we do that all the time. Listen, when Hogan had to switch from when it was Hogan to Warrior,
Terry.
right? From Warrior to then figure out, oh, wait a minute, we need to just transition. We've always looked at it and said, all right, who's our last big star? Who's going to hold the moniker now?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the one to pass the torch to? Because you got to, it's like we were talking about earlier. Like you got to figure out who you're going to pass the torch to. Now we're seeing it. NXT has done a better job at developing, I think, any wrestling organization right now.
Absolutely.
At developing not only talent, period, but especially the women's
division. Absolutely.
They are, bar none, the best talent out on the market.
The
right?
best women's division in the world.
Period. So when I look at
overall, not wrestling wise.
Okay, I'll give you that. Japan is that's another thing.
That's nasty.
But when you're talking about impact. Yes, when Sasha came back, she took the wig off. I was like, okay, let's go. Because you are not a face, period. You are a heel. You are supposed to be a career heel. It's the same way when we see Randy Orton kind of give us this soft face nonsense.
Randall.
No, I want killer, legend killer, viper, murdering everybody.
Like violent shit.
No, I like characters that make me lock in with you because I'm like, yeah, I see that.
That's the thing about wrestling is you want to invest in the person.
Yeah, good or bad.
So like how everybody kind of like gets at me about AEW shit. It's just like at the end of the day, none of these niggas at the table I'm invested in besides Chris fucking Jericho. The end.
Nah, Orange Cassidy's the man.
I don't know about
I rocks with Orange Cassidy's out.
Yeah, I don't know about you.
I like Orange.
You don't watch enough of it.
I like Orange.
You are not talking about Cody?
I mean,
Cody's white hot.
But Cody is always going to be. Cody's been hot from
and you forget about Darby Allin. You forget about John.
I didn't forget about Darby Allin. But once again,
Jurassic Express.
No, but once again, you are invested in those characters because it's relatable to you. It's an investment
connected to
for
it.
you.
Yeah, okay.
You're connected to it. When you looked at Darby Allin and you always been talking about Darby Allin, you saw yourself in Darby Allin.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I thought you was going to be a white boy.
Yes, you did.
No, I never. What?
Yes,
Excuse
you
me? Don't
did.
disrespect me like that. I never want to be white.
But there are parts. But guess what?
No.
There are parts of the wrestlers that you like that you see in yourself.
Yeah, but if
Because
anything,
you're crazy like him.
no, like
Yeah.
if anything, I want to be that kid.
Minus the
like, who's in
skateboard
Fresh.
shit, because I would never see you on a skateboard. You probably bust your whole ass. So I wouldn't see you
I
on
don't
that.
skateboard. I just like those niggas.
But exactly.
You
but
dress
that's
like 'em?
Yeah, look at sneakers. Look at the sneakers. Look at the sneakers.
I love skateboard.
Clearly.
Yo, man, it's dope.
But,
Hence why
um,
Darby Allin would make sense.
Exactly.
He's
But that's
skateboard
what
culture.
I'm saying. You find that something in the character and you're like, yo,
like
I
Big
can
Swole?
fuck with it. That's sis. That's family.
That's Auntie Swole.
That's family. We
I
don't
get it.
talk. I watch AIDS. I turned on. I made sure someone alerted me when Swole was
When
on
she was
TV
on,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah. They had a
Fuck
good
that.
match. They
I
had a
was
good
like,
match.
no, we gonna.
That four way was actually a pretty good match.
But my thing, and that was I felt it was hard because there was certain things like I felt like they just threw matches for Evolution together. It was like we just gonna make because the only match besides Jericho that I'm invested in is probably the tag team title match.
Yeah, that's fair. But hold up.
I guess Cody and MJF. But we'll get there.
Hold up. This Sasha. Are we on this? Are we gonna finalize this Sasha thing?
Listen, no, we not gonna
Okay.
disrespect sis. Sasha is gonna be Sasha. She's gonna come back stronger than ever.
It ain't about disrespect,
And
yo. We gotta keep our people
and
accountable, yo.
And I hope and pray she takes
like
the
a Big
belt
L right
off
now.
of Cabbage Patch Bailey.
like Big L.
That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I just want to hold
All I'm
accountable. I think Sasha can be impactful. She has been. But let's call it a buck. Right now, she's not holding the torch for nobody. Bianca Belair is
She's
fire.
injured.
She's coming back.
Yo, even before her injury, they put her in a bad spot.
Because
you
they
know
wanted
what?
to
And
give
she-
Bailey a rub.
Right. They wanted you to focus. They wanted you as a Sasha Banks fan to be like, oh, she fucking with her best friend again. All right, I'm gonna fuck with
So the turn was
Bailey.
gonna come? The turn was gonna come?
Who the fuck knows now? Who knows now? Anyway, speaking of turning these days, the coronavirus has been spreading
Oh,
wild.
jeez.
Even though the
Zombie
conspiracy
apocalypse on the way.
theories have, in my mind is gone. This is whole government shit and blase.
We're not gonna get.
But
Ooh.
I know. Ooh, I know.
Don't get him started.
Now don't get him started
But
because
supposedly, black people can't get it.
facts. I heard that too.
Is that true?
It's not 100%.
So, no, I heard-
It might be false.
No,
I'm going to
I-
keep going with it.
I read an article that there was a man from Cameroon, from Africa, that was in China, caught the coronavirus, went to the hospital, got medicine, 100% better.
I mean, that's
Walked
the
out
thing.
that bitch.
But do you not understand? Hold on, it's Black History Month. Let's put some history down here. First of all, why was the black people brought over here? That's the first question we got to ask. You know why they were brought over here?
Why we doing this today?
Wilkins. Go ahead.
Why we doing this today?
Why were we brought here?
Why? Because the other people, the indentured servants, the whites,
Oh, wow.
With all of that?
you know them.
As he loves white t-shirts all the fucking time.
They couldn't last. So then the Native Americans, bless my Native American brothers and sisters, because some of them are black too, low key. Let's not get into that
High
part.
key.
They were being hurt and killed, so they're like, we need other type of slaves. So you know what? They brought us over here, and you know those white people, not just the white people, but the white people at the time, the Pilgrims,
My man
had a bunch of
no.
diseases that you know what? What we do? We brush our shoulders off.
Fucking immune
cast
in this
durable.
bitch. Fucking immune in this
With
bitch.
durable as fuck.
Durable as fuck.
No, dead ass. No, I agree.
Because any black person, I'm gonna tell you this right now again, because you know the Middle Passage, a lot of black people died. So the ones that survived were, you know what? They were superhumans.
Super.
So when
They
they did it,
superseded this bitch.
so we lasted during that extra middle pass. What was that?
So those of us who are here, we're of that supreme.
Yeah,
Supreme.
we are the supreme.
Mega Supreme.
We are the supreme.
We are Super Saiyan
This
2.
is- Yo, and it's
Super
crazy.
Saiyan 2.
I ain't no Super
I
Saiyan
don't.
2.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's a
not
Super
that. I
Saiyan.
don't
No,
know what
we
the
Super
fuck
Saiyan.
that's
Nobody
about.
talks about
No.
Super Saiyan 2 no more. It's all
No,
about Super
I
Saiyan
don't-
Blue God.
I don't know none of this shit. But
Well,
anyway,
you blue God when you
I'm
get
not
woke.
a Dragon Ball
I'm
like
not
that.
Oh,
even-
yeah.
You blue God when you
Yeah.
I
get
have no
woke.
idea.
Facts,
Whatever.
facts.
And he has
Sounds
dreads,
good.
so he probably blue God. Because you know when you got dreads, you got powers.
My man
Yo,
said
you get
you
better
got
at
special
football.
powers
You get
because
better
you
at
have
football.
dreads.
Yo, on some real, yeah, I do. I realized my life changed when I grew my locks, big. I did have some powers. It's wild.
Wow.
I ain't no front,
Yeah.
my powers went down when
So
I was
Larry
bald,
Morgan
but
too?
It came down to my beard.
Larry Morgan has it. The thing about
To
Larry,
your beard word.
It went to my beard.
Larry hasn't fully
He hasn't turned yet.
awakened his
Yeah.
inner self. Because
Wow.
Larry be too lost sometimes. You know how Larry
Yeah,
be lost.
Yeah.
So when Larry
Love him. Though.
awakes his a woke side and fully awakens that side of him.
He becomes Wilkins.
Super powerful. But my brother right here, one, he got dreads.
Yeah, he got dreads.
And he hates you.
And,
He got glasses.
and he hates
And the
you.
glasses.
And he's dark skinned.
And I'm Coco.
That's what I had. First
Facts.
Yo,
locks,
locks
no,
and
you're not
Coco?
light skin.
That's
That's
a try.
solid.
That's a try right there.
That's the
But
mega tribe.
that's how you got introduced, by the way. So I had asked this one. I asked this one over here. I said, tell me, because he'll book people for the show.
Right.
That's fine. And I said, okay, tell me about him. He's like, he's Haitian.
I was like, all right, I'm sold.
And then it's like, wait.
One click.
Oh, but I'm like, well, what else? He's like,
That's
but
all
he's
I did.
Haitian. And I'm like,
That's
okay,
it.
no, but what
That's all I
else?
did.
And he's like, he does his own podcast. He's into fitness. I said, okay.
Okay, all right.
All right. What else? And he's like, so I had to ask him, does he like wrestling? Like, what the fuck? What are we having him come on here for? He's like, yes, he likes wrestling. I said, okay, so that's the reason why he's on the damn show.
Why would I book somebody that doesn't like wrestling?
Exactly.
We're not gonna get into once again the 100th episodes that we've had. We haven't probably had one or two people that was like they didn't casually watch. They didn't like. He's a fan. Like when he sat here.
Who do we not? Who do
I gotta think about
discuss
it.
that.
No, yeah, we're not gonna blow people up. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do
There's
that.
certain people that
Offline.
And I'm looking like we basically embarrassed them on the show, like low key.
Like,
But
we
the people
knew more,
used to be fans.
Like
probably.
we knew more than probably what they knew.
Well, I'll
That's
say this.
fair.
I'll tell you this much. Part of me coming on the show, I realized as much as I thought I was a wrestling head, I was like, nah, these are some real wrestling heads. Because y'all so indie heavy.
Every person that I know right now says that. Every day if they meet me, they're like, yo, I thought I like wrestling.
Yo,
no.
Y'all go all the way in.
You like wrestling.
Yo,
like,
I
said,
watched
what?
Killer Cross for the first time today.
Woo! You
right?
late.
No, so
You late.
Yeah, that's fair. But like when I heard y'all talking about it on one of the shows, I was just like, all right, I got to see what's up with this Killer Cross cat. And then I saw it, and I was like,
He's fire, right?
Yo, wait, he's the rumor. We're going to get to him.
But
So back
if
to
you want
the.
to check out someone else that's pretty fire too. My client Yaya.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'll send you his YouTube page.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
with
no,
it. I'm with
so
it.
we-
Super young,
like literally 24.
Wow.
Yaya,
Young,
right?
yeah, he's the baby in the group.
Okay.
That's my client.
So yeah, so over the year, we've built a community of wrestling
Yeah.
family.
I've
And
noticed that. That's
we
kinda
have
dope.
a really good. We got a
a stable, prolific.
We have a stable.
I was gonna ask if y'all had a stable.
But that's Oh, well, we are the stable.
Okay.
You
Technically-
in town July 4th?
Yeah, I'm in town.
You gotta come to the show.
You have to come to the
That's
show.
It.
Okay.
That's our show.
That's our
Okay.
like we legit like it. Sometimes when I talk about it, I forget that it's like us doing it because we go to so many indie shows and we always support those that support us. But this is like legit like our baby, like financially our baby.
You're in it. Okay.
Like,
So you're promoting.
Wow,
Wow, that's dope. Okay, I'm with it. I think
So
that's fresh.
off topic, but once again, we're going back to coronavirus because we were talking about it
Yeah.
actually in my job office today because my boss was like, because people get worried about shit. And I just be sitting here like, okay, like I'm good, like I'm all right.
Like, yo,
And everybody around me seems fine. So
hey, right. I'm gonna break this down with the whole coronavirus. I'll be very real. This is me spending mad hours on YouTube yesterday.
Why?
Listen, let me break this down. We went from the West Nile virus. What happened to that? We went from Ebola. What happened to that? And we went from back in the day, global warming, acid rains.
That's still a real thing.
When did acid rain in New York?
No, I meant global warming.
Where's the asteroid?
No. Global warming is for real, dogs.
Yeah,
That's
I
for
know
real.
that because
Shout out
one
to my
day
son,
it's
Kwame
fucking 20
from
degrees,
Captain Planet and
and then
Rest
the
of
next day it's fucking 60
But
degrees.
then
Captain
again,
Planet.
but
I
then
love
again, I just feel
Everyone
the
does.
government is just trying to make us fear, to make us take more vaccinations because the vaccination that's really killing us. Let me even break it down. More people since 2019 had died from the flu.
The regular flu.
Than anything else.
Yeah.
So when people say that, oh my gosh, corona, this, that, and
Yeah.
third,
Good.
I'm looking
I'm
like,
good.
yo, listen.
I'm durable.
Listen, I'm okay.
I'm immune to this shit.
I had a client that's a doctor. We're gonna go back to coronavirus.
Yeah.
She told me basically this. If you're not an elderly person,
Right.
an infant,
Right.
you got a fucked up immune system,
Right.
you're pretty fucking fine.
Right. It's a cold.
Yeah,
it's-
like you're good.
that's what it
Like
is.
you're
It's
good.
a
Now-
hopped up cold.
to answer your question,
Well,
was this right to like end?
What I didn't even get to it. So with the coronavirus going worldwide, apparently, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I didn't even get to it, so it's funny. New Japan Pro Wrestling decided to take matters into their own hands, and they canceled all their events from March 1st through Sunday, March the 15th, which included, unfortunately, the New Japan Cup, which is typically an annual single elimination tournament with the winner earning a championship opportunity. And once again, with this year being a little unique, where the champion is holding 2 belts, the person who would have won the cup would have been able to challenge both belts.
Okay.
So the question to the table, and you can go first. Was this the right decision to cancel the event
100%.
due to the coronavirus?
100% the right decision. I love stuff like this because they go back to the lab.
Yeah.
This happens. Damn, we can't put on the show. We go back to the lab and we put out a banger.
Yeah.
But they literally, I think 2 days or a day before they canceled all the events is when they put the bracket out. They literally had everything set.
Yeah. And then you
pulled the plug.
You pull the
figure it out.
Figure it out. This is wrestling. The beauty about wrestling, there's surprises. You can change stuff. You can change stuff up.
Right.
It's a live show. All right, cool. We got to adjust. We got to improvise.
Right.
This is not a big deal. It pushes some stuff back. Fans will be disappointed, but the fans will be happy when the product is released finally. Yeah. Because anticipation will be high. Go ahead.
When's the tournament?
So it would have been during that period of window time. Yeah, it would have been, the tournament would have happened, and then also I think one of their anniversary shows, like there was another big show that would have happened in that time frame that they canceled the event.
Oh yeah. Also, in Japan, they closed schools until April.
Oh, wow.
So they had to do it. That's another reason why they definitely, because everything around them was falling apart. So you can't put on a show and then like schools are closing, government offices are closing as well. Because I think if you look at the map of the red of what people are infected, it's China.
And it's that area.
In that area.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It makes sense that they would do that because we got to remember, as much as we are fans of the sport, of the entertainment, and out there it really is sport, right? But you got to remember that you got to be safe, right? People matter more than just the entertainment. So I think that was a smart decision. But also, I think to Sir Wilkins' point, yo, man, like now let's get funky with it. Let's do something interesting. Let's do something different. You know what I mean? First of all, in Japan, they're known for putting on like 8-hour shows. So at the end of the day, if they really want to pick a day and be like, yo, we going to do the same day tournament, kind of King of the Ring style. And at the end of it, they just say, yo, we going through this tournament.
12-hour show.
Yo, they will sit.
No, absolutely. There's people every year. So like Wrestle Kingdom is like that one thing.
On my birthday.
I've literally really.
It's always on my birthday. Yeah.
You gotta go on here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, but I feel like it's one of those one thing. How old are your boys? I'm sorry.
7 and 3.
You have a whole 7-year-old. Wow.
Yeah. I got 2 people.
So
2 people.
Random question. Random question. Since you talk about coronavirus along those lines,
right?
Do you vaccinate your kids?
So I did vaccinate my
Are you vaccinated?
Yes, but
okay.
but like
we went to public school.
But like
and that's part of it.
But like,
my kids are in
how
public school.
Our vaccination is not the same when we was younger to now because we was getting chicken pox. They don't.
Yeah.
That was the worst. I got chicken pox. As
an adult,
on my 7th birthday. No, on my
If you got it as an adult, you gonna die.
You gonna die. My aunt had got it as an adult. She had got it like 32.
Woof.
I mean, she's still alive.
Yeah, you can fight it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're black.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Oh shit.
Ginger ale
Yeah.
and go lay down.
Ginger ale.
Yo, I saw that on the internet. I think yesterday. I think Montana had posted it or something, and I was just like, "Yo, I'm drinking ginger ale as we speak."
Yo.
Like, oh my god.
I'll give a story. So,
Feel on.
quick story. We were going to North Carolina,
Oh my god.
and I was peeing from my ass. Let's put it like that.
Oh, it was one of those.
He got super sick. Okay, so
Right.
we were going to North Carolina for this wrestling convention, and
then-
it was his birthday
It
too.
wasn't even a wrestling convention. We were just going down there to support my boy.
Oh, that was before. Okay, yeah, we
before
got
Yaya,
sick. Okay,
okay.
yeah.
So we went downstairs to support Yaya and Montana because they were wrestling. No, Montana wasn't wrestling.
Montana was wrestling, but
we
Yaya
just wanted to hang out
was the
with them.
champion. Was the champion at the time, and he was defending his title. And we just felt like, as friends, like we want to be there to see you. And the person he was wrestling,
Right.
Yeah, like he had never been there. We've never been to a show. Like we just felt like we had to be.
And
there.
it
This was
good.
before the stable.
It's a rework for the taxation.
Yeah, it's
but whatever.
It's a part of the journey.
Part of the journey. And I'm peeing out my ass. For people who don't understand that I was shitting bricks. Like I had legit that type of diarrhea.
Right. Like almost missed the whole flight.
So then I text her. I was like, yo, I don't know if I can make it. Mine just like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Because our flight was at like 5:30, 6 a.m. out of Newark. So we both had to end up. We had both had to go to Jersey to catch our flight.
So I live in Rosedale, Queens.
Right,
so that's like by JFK.
Right.
So I'm in the bathroom.
It was a cheap flight,
I'm calling her. This is blah blah blah. She's like, yo, just drink some ginger ale. I said, what?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
that's all he drank when we got to the airport. When we got to North Carolina,
did you make it?
I had no choice because she low key was like,
no fucking choice
because she low key was like, yeah, so you figure this out, and I'm gonna see you at the thing, and then like I'm gonna figure this out. Like the trick
because I'm a woman of my word. We told them we was coming.
Be there. You better figure this out.
You better get your
ass.
Put
a cork in your ass or something.
Yeah, because I was just so thrown off at the fact that he was just like, yo, I'm shitting bricks. I said, bro, what the fuck did you eat? Because he don't eat crazy. So I'm like, what did you have?
Why had a virus?
It's I can't take creatine.
Oh.
So Bang.
Ugh.
Bang has a lot of creatine.
Yeah.
So I drank like 2 bottles like within the week, and my stomach was like, "Oh, we playing games."
Yeah.
So let's play this game.
We came back for you.
So that's what happened. But that ginger ale shit is real.
That shit is real.
And then my mom called me. I'm like at the hotel. She's like, "So you drank some ginger ale?"
You see it?
What?
We all know what's up.
That ginger ale and legitimate ginger tea. Like legitimate ginger tea, change your life, bro.
Well, a lot of people don't know. For extra healing power, gotta drink it warm.
That's all I do.
Hot.
I do room temperature ginger ale at all times.
It's better. It's better.
Period. That cold ginger ale shit don't do nothing.
Y'all dropping gems on your listeners right now, man.
Yep.
We don't have black listeners.
Yeah, that's all we have.
A couple.
I mean,
you know what? There's a dude. What's his name? I forgot. Hold on. I'm gonna say his name right now. I'm gonna shout him out because. We met him at a WrestleMania.
Oh, Anthony.
No, Anthony Abbey. That's his last name, right?
Yeah.
And him, and there's another dude. I met him at a WrestleMania party. He's from Texas or something like that.
Yeah.
And like he's one of the nicest guys I've ever known. White dude. He's an ally.
An ally. Word.
If Craig, if you're listening, I love you. You've been a supporter for mad long.
Thank you, Craig and Neil.
There's another white dude who comes to the viewing party too. He came to the last one.
Said so. Compton's very own said, but he really means screams like he said Canada Dry or ginger ale, even though they're the same. But he's talking about the other brand. But I drink,
Schweppes is just sugar.
No, Canada Dry is where it's at.
You taste
Canada Dry is where it's at.
Dang. So this is the most ignorant, blackest episode I've ever done in my life. My shorty, right?
I love this.
We went out to eat. She's like, I want some ginger ale. And then she asks the bartender, so what type of ginger ale do you guys have back there?
No, that's real.
Niggas from the gun. And I'm looking at her like, she a black girl, so I can't really say nothing to her.
Right.
So I looked at her.
Yep, Canada Dry, nothing at all.
Got you looking crazy out here?
I'm looking wild. She's like, that Schweppes is off. I was like, you sugar.
That's just, no, that's the truth.
Canada Dry is like champagne,
and
bro.
then Canada Dry, listen, and then Canada Dry got flavors.
Ooh,
flavors.
Yo,
I don't like the lemonade one because that shit is nasty. But the cranberry,
yeah.
The color of it, bitch.
Yeah.
I hate y'all.
Yo, remember when they first introduced the grape ginger ale?
They done messed up when they introduced that.
Listen, when they
that was
started
them
doing
coming for black people.
That's some Kool-Aid shit, and I appreciated that
that's
all the day. All right,
it was a treat when you got that.
Let's end off this. I'm dead.
You fake sick, but you're
not sick at all. But I'm gonna drink this
it's
whole
like
2 liter.
And ginger ale
I'm gonna have
together,
this whole 2 liter of Canada Dry just cause. All right, we're gonna end off our opening segment actually with the rumor of this week. So if you have been watching WWE programming, SmackDown, NXT, it happened, and it actually happened during Saudi too. There's this like weird glitch that happens. But the glitch happens, and then there's also been like this weird like video teaser featuring clocks. Mm-hmm. And I actually caught it on NXT the other night, and I kept saying, I was like, who is, like, what is this? And then, so apparently, there is speculation that the person is no other than who you just watched today, Killer Cross. Yeah. So there have been rumors of them really doing something really, really big to debut Killer Cross. Because everybody, he just recently signed to WWE. And everybody is wondering, is he going to end up on NXT? Or is he going to end up on Raw or SmackDown? Or what is he going to? Is he going to be on all three? Like, what is his plans? So the question to the table real quick. Who would you like to see Killer Cross feud with first?
Ooh, I got this one. Aleister Black. That one to me is the perfect fight. Okay. It's a fight. Yeah. Perfect fight. It's not even like we haven't, because Aleister been on this, fight me, right?
Knock on my door. Which is really problematic. Whatever.
But I respect the energy of the black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's doing that, like, come see me, fam, if you want these hands. And so when I saw Killer Cross and how he was doing his training, he had like a little training video of him doing his jiu-jitsu.
Oh, you did your research.
Bro, I was like, who's this dude? Y'all were talking about him. I'm like, all right, I don't like being in the dark like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, fear of missing out.
My
the
FOMO.
Realest FOMO just happened because he listened to the episode and was like, who the fuck they talking about?
And then I saw him and I was like, this dude's a beast. This dude's a beast.
He's just like, so good. Impact.
I think he should go with Aleister Black, and I think they're going to send him to NXT. But I really think he should be main roster. He's built main roster, man. The look, the feel. I don't know his mic work heavy, but I know that his look is
solid. Killer is definitely, because he had the decent feud. I forgot who was against, but he was with Moose on Impact, and they was going, he was like his kind of hitman, actually.
Yeah. Was it Johnny Impact?
Johnny Impact with John Morrison. He's always John Morrison. So yes, but he was really the person on the mic towards the end of the feud. So like his mic skills are up to par. Okay. I just feel like because his shorties on NXT, it might be a hit or miss.
They have some killers in there.
Who's this girl?
But Scarlett Bordeaux. This girl.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And they used to have on the indie scene, they used to have a whole like gimmick called the Smoke Show.
Okay.
They smoke?
And they might. I don't know. But the fun, crazy part is that Killer was born here and he's from New York.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
no wonder why he act like that.
Yeah, that energy is real, B.
So it's like real rough around the edges.
Aggressive.
But I do think he should be on either Raw or SmackDown. I do think they need another. I think they're top heavy on the guys on NXT right now. So I think having him
he can get lost
somewhere.
on NXT. I feel like he'd get lost.
That's wild. You're saying that.
Meaning like this.
Who would have thought?
No, you're
but
right.
Who would have thought? Would have said that? That would have said that a year ago.
It's a good point. You're right.
A year ago, who would have said that?
Who'd have said that?
Yeah.
Killer Cross first feud. It's he could do anybody. But I'm really seeing him Ricochet. Because he would carry that.
Light bright.
He would carry that. Because he would elevate Ricochet, and Ricochet would elevate him. But I really want him to do all three brands.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a free agent?
I think he should be a free. I think it'd be dope.
I've been saying this for so long. I want them to start treating these free agencies like free agents. I agree with you there. And I kind of want him to be like on some rebel shit. Like you don't know where he's gonna pop up next. There's gonna be a lot of flying he's doing, but like 1 week he's on Raw, fucking people up. You don't know he's gonna shows up on SmackDown.
That could be something good,
and it shows up on NXT.
It's something different.
It's something different, and it will elevate his character to another level of like, because we do debuts all the time. Somebody debuts, they have I love what they're doing right now because I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, where they're like and I didn't catch on to it until this week.
Doing stuff like this, and it's so subtle.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Reminds me of Y2J.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. And the way the promos have been done, it's like you're a virus in the system.
Yeah.
See, but so that's actually my positive side with AEW is what they do with the Dark Order promos that they do, because it looks like it looked no bullshit when I watched AEW last night for the brief moment that I did, and I caught the Dark Order's promo. It looked like a whole. I thought it was a regular commercial. I thought it was a TNT commercial.
I've told you that.
They do a great job with that.
I thought it was a TNT commercial
They did some other stuff
until he said obsolete, and then he said obsolete. I was like, oh, this is a fucking AEW commercial. God damn it!
But the thing is, like, speaking of AEW, you got to give AEW credit
to the goddamn mic.
because when it comes to the whole production, behind the production, how they promote people, it's brilliant. When you watch
certain people,
listen. You see,
certain
you
people.
See, I'm a YouTube head. I got many degrees in YouTube.
No, that's fine.
And literally, when you go on YouTube, every time they go to a town, they have a little promo package.
Yo, they really do. They do it right. AEW
They put it
uses
together
that
good
YouTube
promos.
right.
So when it comes to AEW, with the promos, I'm not surprised because they are like the head of the game when it comes to that. That is their specialty. You feel me?
Yes, you are 100% right.
I'll give you that. For
But
sure.
that more of that needs to be on their national televised.
The shit you're paying,
especially since they're
millions
about to have a
of
second
dollars
show.
for.
Yeah, so they need to see more of that. You're 100% right. Now, when it comes to Killer, he needs to be running through NXT, the SmackDown,
So
Raw.
so here's my question with that.
Yeah.
I like the whole glitch in the system. Does he need a heater, or is he the heater for someone else? So, as soon as you said that, my thought was, if they got CM Punk, and he was the hitter, so it's CM just doing the mic work, giving him the rub. Because, excuse me, otherwise, for the casual fan who didn't do the homework, who is this big dude killing everybody, right?
True.
But then the same thing. What happened? What you did is they're gonna look that up. If they really are intrigued and they're like, who is this person? Because any person that the light bulb comes on, you're like, all right, let me figure out who the fuck this is.
If they use backstage right, they could do that.
Because that's how I kind of like figured out Adam Cole. Because I didn't know
Word.
until Ronaldo kept talking about Adam Cole. I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, who is this guy? And then I had to look back at ROH shit, and I was just like, oh, this is who this is.
That's how I found out Daniel Bryan. Back in the day when Daniel Bryan came on NXT, I was like, yo, who is this guy taking the championship to his limits? Like, who's this guy that, okay. Then I went up. I was like, I couldn't find Daniel Bryan. I found Daniel Bryanson.
Yeah.
So they're doing it right, but they got to give him the way that Jericho got it.
But Jericho came in and went right at The Rock.
You need to go right at the top person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what I'm saying is, he does a run, hit some people up. I don't want jobbers.
Right, no, legit.
Please don't.
I don't want
As
jobbers
much
in it
as we
because
appreciate the jobbers, no.
It takes it lessens somebody's run. They do it all the time. This has been done for years.
Like, I don't want no Apollo Creed.
You need top mid card guys getting destroyed.
Right.
And him having,
I see why you say Ricochet then. That would make sense.
And then he bumps into somebody finally, like, boom. Oh. You know who that person he's going to bump into? Keith.
So basically...
someone else just said that.
Keith
Someone
Lee.
else literally just said that.
When you get that, now you have this vicious, animalistic type of person versus this polished, charismatic motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what they did with Sheamus. Because when Sheamus first came on the scene in ECW was full of like those type of mid-card guys.
Yeah.
He went through John Morrison. He went through The Miz. He went through he had a feud where like he destroyed Goldie. And that put him over the edge to allow him to like get to where he had to get to. Like he had a feud with Christian and stuff like that. So I guess what they're trying to
low-key, Sheamus is mad decorted.
High key. Forget
low
key.
key.
High
No,
key.
nobody talks about it. Nobody talks
What?
about that.
That's
When
whatever
he
they try to
fucking
play.
won Money in the Bank and fucking squashed Roman Reigns and the confetti came out? Are you kidding me?
Sheamus is one of
Are you
those
kidding
cats
me?
that they...
He's king of the ring winner.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Sheamus
saying.
is a
We can
problem,
go on and on really about
Sheamus is the
Sheamus.
beast. And
low key.
and like if you really
I never
wanna-
liked him, but he's
Right.
But like, if
He's
you
legit.
really want him to be that vicious dude, give him that Sheamus run. Because with that Sheamus run, not only like he took out all these mid-carders, he took out John Cena, he took out Triple H.
Right.
And
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
So with that being said, did you just go there too? Because they don't know what they're
What
going to do
happened?
with Cena yet.
What happened? No, but question then. Who would the first feud you would like to see with Killer Cross?
I think the first feud that actually would get him over the edge, like really test him, is either Aleister Black or Sheamus. Because if you really want to push this guy as a real tough guy, gotta go with Sheamus, dogs, because that's the original tough guy. That's the original tough white guy with the tag, like the whole taxi hat with the vest. Come on,
so
B.
I'm gonna. I don't know if it'll blow your minds, but the person that popped in my head first, because it was one of those things like, who would I think would Killer? Because I've watched Killer from Impact and stuff like that, and on the indie scenes. I actually would like to see him go against Daniel Bryan. I'm not gonna hold you on that, and I say Daniel Bryan because of the fact that Daniel Bryan is in a very he's in a very good position of putting people over in a sense right now in his career. Good. And he makes big guys. I tell y'all to this day that Brock and Daniel Bryan match,
epic,
definitely top 5 in the last 5 years for me, because that shit spoke volumes. So I think that, and then once again, you don't have to have really mic work. He can fucking attack him in the back and some bullshit, and then he can fucking Rikishi. I did it for I don't know who, what, and where, why, whatever you feel like saying that day. But I think it would be interesting to see Daniel Bryan versus Killer Cross. I'm just gonna leave that on the table. All right, let's go to this week in the wrestling. Typically, what we do for our guests is we do 2 moments of wrestling this week that kind of really got to you, stuck out to you, you remembered the most. But actually, before we do get into that, we are going to we're going to talk about Saudi. I told you guys we were going to get to Saudi. So those that are watching on the live feed, Super Showdown was today, but those that are listening, it was on Thursday, 12 o'clock on the East Coast on the WWE Network. Cheap plug. And I just need one. I mean, we can talk about William Goldberg being your new Universal Champion.
Big Billy.
Billy G. Zuka said, Zuka called me. He said Billy G. I was like, who the fuck is Billy G? Bill Goldberg? Oh, fucking asshole. Real quick, yes or no? Was that the right move?
Perfect move.
I'm not mad at it.
Perfect move.
Yeah, I could care less.
That doesn't answer the question, but
yeah, it
okay.
doesn't because at the end of the day, let's be serious here. You have to understand, we've been booing Roman for how many years, right? And now it's kind of hard to boo him because, like,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is, because
no,
I can't boo a man that who beat cancer twice. Like,
I'm not booing Joe. I'm booing Roman Reigns.
And the reason why that I can't boo Roman, because Roman is actually a great overall wrestler. He's great, and
he does a really good job.
Right, and I feel at this point, the Fiend does not need a title no more.
Fiend never needed a title.
And when
but
Fiend
William Goldberg was the way to go about it.
Listen. He's just one of those.
William Goldberg is the transitional champion.
He's a paper champ.
Yeah.
Like you need something to get the title off of there. Like at the end of the day, him versus Roman is gonna be like WrestleMania. Like we always been saying for the past while, is WrestleMania is not for us. WrestleMania is for everybody. SummerSlam is for us. Survivor Series for us.
You know what?
You feel me?
I'll give you that.
Royal Rumble's not really for us. It's half and half. You feel me? But WrestleMania's not really for us. And again, to make him 2-time champion, it's like, all right, cool. And you kind of need Roman just to get that ultimate cheer. Because if you beat The Fiend, everybody will go like, oh my gosh. But
if he would have beat The Fiend and it would have been an actual match, I wouldn't have been mad about it.
But then again, here comes what it is. You have to bring some kind of repertoire. And now, Bray Wyatt hasn't been booked the best in the years. Every time he had a good storyline, something always happened. This is the perfect time for Bray to actually have a proper storyline where somebody who could actually bring him to the upper echelons. Because it goes back to how he lost to John Cena. And he's on the storyline where, like, I don't right every wrong that everyone did to me because I'm not going to do it because I wasn't good enough. But the Fiend, the inner demon inside of me is going to come and destroy you. And after that, I'm going to laugh about it, put you on the wall, and say, all right, I'm sorry.
I'm very intrigued to see what the Fire Fun House is going to look like on Friday night.
This is wrestling fans' fault.
Oh, yeah.
It's all y'all motherfuckers' fault.
Not mine.
No, hold on.
Smart marks?
Hold on, wait. Let's rewind this. Let's rewind.
Fuck that.
The WrestleMania card was leaked. Yep. You dirty sheep motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't look at it. I don't know nothing.
I need you to stop being a Virgo. and making it about yourself.
Just saying, I didn't see it, so I don't
It's
know
not
what
about
you're
you.
talking about.
It's about the community in general.
Well, the community fucked up.
The community
thinking that fucking Bill Goldberg was the right direction.
That's not it. That's not it. It was leaked, correct? And
It was leaked.
It was leaked twice. It was leaked one time before. It was a bullshit card. It was leaked the second time. The dirt sheets got it, spread like wildfire across the internet.
Yep.
Everybody saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know what? Vince said, I'm going to put my dick on the table.
Vince is... Shout out to Vince for being a Virgo on that one.
And then said, you know what? Y'all fucked up.
Boom.
I'm going to switch this up and shock the world. And then make sure y'all all talk about the Super Showdown now.
They needed something to talk about. Facts.
Because...
Well, again, because that's the only thing anyone's
that
talking
shit
about.
went viral. All across IWC, the internet wrestling community.
Right.
All
Fucking
over.
lost it.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's pissed off. Now y'all talking about it. Because this very morning, which is Thursday.
Ain't nobody was talking about Saudi.
But Friday. Hold on. My boy from Florida, he's going to be in Tampa. He texted me, he's like, yo, check this article out. Forbes put an article out. They were like, all the shows around WrestleMania aren't selling like that.
Because Tampa's not a great market, man.
One.
I didn't even know that.
Well,
But,
it's debatable only because of the proximity that it is in for Orlando. And Orlando is a really big, Florida in general is big for wrestling.
Yeah.
So regardless, I wouldn't have wanted WrestleMania in fucking Miami because that doesn't make sense to me at all for the wrestling fan. Tampa
But you made a point, though.
is
It's not
a
about
hit
the
or
wrestling
miss.
fan.
It's not about the wrestling fan, but also there's no hype around it. Because he was saying that
I see what you mean.
I don't feel any hype. There's nobody
It's WrestleMania selling WrestleMania. It's not like a big headliner.
There's nothing going on. To go back to what my brother said, WrestleMania is about the money. Yep. WrestleMania literally is the thermometer for where the company's at.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So when stockholders see like, yo,
it's a Super Bowl, right?
Why is shit not selling out around this? I think low key, WWE put out the card.
Yep.
To get a feeler?
To get a filler.
Huh?
To feel what it was.
Well, that's what really anyone does when you leak something. 9 times out of 10, the person that leaks it is you.
Yeah, because
Like,
you want to see what things are. So people were excited, but they weren't too excited. Now, the casual fan is going to go, fuck. Like you said, Bill got the title. Roman's sitting. Maybe it's Roman. We don't know for a fact.
I low-key wanted to be seen if we're going to put...
Let's take it off.
We're really going to do something?
Now,
Cena be 17-time champion.
Let's rewind it even more. Oh my God, it's an old guy as a champion. Shout out to 2020 podcast. Good friends of the show.
Absolutely. Nate and the boys.
They put a post up. How old is Jericho?
Right.
How old is the champion at
La
ROH,
Champion.
PCO?
Woo!
How old is he?
Yo.
How old is Brock Lesnar?
This is not a new thing. Champions have been the old guys in companies and promotions
Period.
for a long
That's
time.
why
So
you
why
have
you
the
complaining?
youngest.
Why are you complaining?
And that's not even the right argument to have.
And the thing is
because he's
let's go
old.
Right.
Let's go back to money.
So as long as he can go.
People know Goldberg.
Facts. That's a name.
People know The Fiend. Don't get me wrong. But it's us. And it's like people who still kind of watch wrestling in and out. But if I go up to my girl who used to watch wrestling, you know who Goldberg is?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I go up to her brother who's an old wrestling fan, you know who Goldberg is? Yeah.
Yeah.
People know who he is.
Goldberg is gonna put butts in
the
seats.
seats.
Butts in the
That's what y'all saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And the thing about
name recognition alone.
Name recognition is crazy.
The Fiend is not going to headline WrestleMania.
And the good thing about Goldberg...
He never was, though. The headline is fucking Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre.
And the good thing about...
But it's supposed to be a multiple main event show.
It's 3 main events. The women, those two men titles, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, but this year is going to be different, though, because they threw in the wild card with the NXT women's title being defended at WrestleMania.
Right.
So
and
you threw a wild card.
Goldberg, I have to say, is there's difference between him and Goldberg, same person. Him and Jericho is, you could tune into AEW. You may not recognize Jericho right away.
No, you do.
let me finish, because he does not look to Jericho as old.
No, he looks like Jericho.
No, he doesn't.
He just old. Like he's an old man.
He's
Jericho.
an older Jericho, but you
May not recognize him right away.
From those early
Like,
days.
you may not recognize him on the way. You don't have the same theme song no more. He has his own theme song.
Yeah.
No, like.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the casual fans don't know him. They may say, "Oh, okay."
Oh, but if you hear,
Goldberg.
and you hear the knocking on the fucking.
And
Yo,
you come
I
out-
posted about that. The guy that was head of security for WCW, I
Right.
posted about it. I was like, yo, whatever, because I was watching something with Goldberg in it, and I was like, yo, whatever happened to that guy? And then the boys down in Carolina told me, they like, yo, he's like a retired like firefighter or something. Like,
Right.
it's so
Really?
random.
Right, man, random.
That it
but
is.
Goldberg still looks like Goldberg.
Yeah.
He just have little gray hair. Now, when you see Goldberg on television,
So
you go,
Goldberg looked old
shoot,
then
all
as
right.
he looks now.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Goldberg?
Goldberg has been
And-
one of
right.
those white boys.
Right.
He's
And the
looked like
second-
the same
right.
dude forever.
And the
He doesn't
second
do
thing,
drugs.
right?
Yeah,
He don't do
fair.
nothing. And the second thing about Goldberg is, you may look at Goldberg, he gives that old Logan effect, where
The Hogan effect, you mean?
no, Logan.
Logan.
Like
Okay.
old Logan, like,
I don't know.
oh,
I see what you mean. Okay.
Oh, Goldberg's looking good, looking Aki, okay.
Oh,
You know
I
how
see
us
what
black
you're
fans
saying.
are. Oh, shoot, my son, Goldberg looking Aki? Yo, mom, remember Goldberg? Yeah, what about
Yo,
Goldberg?
you know what he's talking
champion.
about? He's talking about how you got the Liam Neesons, how you got the
I love
Denzel,
Liam Neeson,
like the
no.
old man heroes. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Who's still like, yo, they're gonna put
Exactly.
hands
Oh,
on
like
these young
Dennis Quaid?
boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
exactly.
gonna put hands on these
Love
little
Yes,
boys.
Quaid.
and on top of that, look
Yeah.
on the bright side too. Not only
That's
like
a demo thing right there too.
not only that,
Marketing.
Look what channel is Fox. I mean, SmackDown
Fox,
is.
yeah.
It's on Fox. Everybody has Fox. You could be an old person, you have Fox because you have little antenna TV. And go front antenna TV got better.
Nah,
bro.
that shit is
Yo,
legit.
It's
you got the
official.
Because that's
yo,
how I watch when football be on ABC, because ABC's not on Sling TV.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I watch
and antenna
games.
TV
On
is
HD.
clear,
Yeah,
HD,
clear.
you know, everything. So imagine you as a casual fan. Let's say you're a casual fan and your son's watching wrestling. You pass by like, what you watching? Goldberg? You gonna sit down like, let me see my son Goldberg. You gonna tell your son stories.
So let me ask a question real quick, because actually we gotta end the show really soon. So do you see? Oh well, it is what it is.
Love you too, bro.
Do you see Goldberg on every SmackDown until WrestleMania?
Yes.
Talking wise,
No. Do you see William Goldberg on every SmackDown between now and WrestleMania?
It's only for SmackDown.
He'll do the run. He'll
He'll
do
do
yeah.
the run because he'll do the run. And I get your point of view of why of your lack of love for Goldberg.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense. From a purist standpoint,
Oh, I never.
so from a
keep the
purist,
same energy.
like to be honest, from a purist wrestling standpoint, you should not like Bill Goldberg.
yeah.
For numerous reasons.
For numerous reasons.
As a Bret Hart guy, I shouldn't like.
You shouldn't like him. As a character person, I could barely like him.
Yeah.
One
As a
dimensional.
person who likes athleticism, who likes the whole package, neither should you.
not have a whole package at all.
But at the end of the day, he's money.
He's a household name. I will give
At the end of the
William
day, he is
Goldberg
money.
that.
The one thing that Eric Bischoff did right with WCW, besides
Goldberg.
the NWO,
Yeah,
was Goldberg.
They were trying for a
But
long
then
time.
when he lost the title, that's where all.
But
went
see,
down.
here's the thing I think was interesting with Goldberg, and you're kind of making this point, Black. He has and this is why I said it, he has a Hogan impact, right? In that
Yes.
he became the closest thing to Hogan that we
At
had
that
seen.
time.
Yeah. He was
at
the
that
closest thing.
time, he was.
That phenomenon was insane.
Because of the amount, so like when you watch WCW on Nitro, you would see the 8 and the 9-year-olds when Goldberg was going streak for streak, apparently, allegedly, every week. You saw the young kids at Nitro. Oh my God, Bill Goldberg. He's saying it's the same thing like when Hogan was in WWF and you were a kid, and just like when Edge went to WrestleMania 3 and saw him at the Superdome and was like, oh my God, I want to be just like him when I grow up and shit. It's the same concept. So that's where he's going with
Big
that.
E said it. Big E said it that his dream match
It's him and Goldberg.
is him and Goldberg
I feel
because
like
he saw
that
him.
shit is hilarious.
He was like slapping me, but I mean, like,
Hold on. One more thing. One more thing before we move on to the Goldberg thing. Let's really think about this, who Goldberg is. He was on the cover of Time magazine
I forgot about that.
when they were saying, when the boom of wrestling was going on. It wasn't a WWE guy on the cover. It was him.
Yeah.
This man, and also one more thing, his legacy hasn't been tarnished. Only that Sadhu thing when
That
against
match with
Undertaker.
Taker, yeah.
But if you take that out,
I mean, the kick to Brett's head.
Oh, you know what? And that's crazy to me that no one talks about that.
Casual.
No one talks about that shit.
Doesn't know that.
And I didn't even.
That's my point. Because
I didn't even know until like recently, like that. Until I forgot where I heard it from, and I was like, wait. Here's the reason why Brett don't wrestle no more like that.
Yes, and that's a problem.
Shit.
It's a problem with that particular thing. But at the time, WCW wasn't that popping.
Yeah.
It was going downhill.
Yeah.
Number
no
two,
one gave a shit about WCW when that happened.
When
Brett was past his prime.
The Sadu match.
His prime.
Some people saw it.
Yeah.
And some people talked about it after, but
and it's 50-50 blame.
Exactly.
Because when you're in the room with somebody else, he takes care of you. I take care of you. Yeah.
And
that's how it is. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the casual fan, the casual fan will know that they look at the match like, Undertaker still wrestles. You forget Undertaker been around since Pops
before
age
I
and
was
stuff like
born.
that.
And
so
then
Undertaker's
a prime example. Hold on for a second. Of tarnishing your legacy.
He stayed around.
He stayed around. He stayed around. I was listening to this podcast about rappers, right? They were talking about how sometimes a rapper has that first album that's a classic. Mm-hmm. And then their next two albums, two or three albums.
Oh, yeah, they always say the sophomore album is the hardest.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Even as a second, third album. And they forget that first album was fire. Goldberg's first run. And I would say the other
technically really his only run.
His first run, his only run. But he had that run with Brock. But people blame Brock of that match being shitty. They don't blame Goldberg.
Right.
So I don't think Brock wanted to do it.
Yeah, they were done.
They were done. But they blame Brock more. So you take that out.
Yeah.
Look at Goldberg's legacy.
I think the reason why I think this is the right move is that the name recognition for one, you need to get Roman to the spot. And this is a way to get him to the spot where I think people will look.
I think I think if once again this isn't the way to. My only issue with if they go the Roman and Goldberg route is who's gonna be heel and who's gonna be face.
They turn Roman.
That's my own. Like there has to be a definitive split down. Like who is going to be coming in as the heel and who is going to be coming as the face.
You do not.
Yes, you do.
Brock versus Goldberg. They didn't do that.
And Brock is always going to be the heel. And Brock is always going to be the bad guy. Brock legit will always be the bad guy.
He got cheered.
Because he's a heel that people like.
A heel that people exactly
like. He was heel. He was heel.
Yeah. He's it like how MJF. MJF is going into Evolution as the heel. What are you gonna do?
But he gets a pop.
You're gonna get cheered for him.
I see what you mean because you're going off the crowd reaction. But if you think about it, watch the match.
And
how the match is going on, the psychology was going on. Brock
Who's
is the heel.
Going to be the bad guy in Goldberg versus Roman?
It's gonna be Goldberg. Because
it has to be.
It's gonna be Goldberg because
and that's
fans
the part
don't
where,
want that.
And that's the part that's fucking with me because you just made this man Universal Champion. Fireworks, pew pew pew. Everybody's excited. Those that love Goldberg, pew pew pew. Great. Then you turn him. Wait, what?
That's why I think you don't turn him. Keep him.
Like I would be like, wait, where was the same energy?
And turn
2 days
Roman,
ago.
Yo.
That makes sense.
You gotta turn
that
Roman.
makes sense.
That's my only concern.
And make the Usos his goons and call it a day, yo.
That's my only concern.
That's proper booking.
Yes.
But the thing about I don't want that. Because the face of my company is Roman Reigns. And the face of my company cannot be a bad guy.
It could be Drew McIntyre now.
They don't want that. It's Drew and Roman.
And
Roman's
everybody
been
knows,
that guy.
and low-key everybody knows Drew McIntyre is better a heel than a face, period.
True, but
this whole like him getting interviewed on Raw, and I was just like, this is weird, and he doesn't talk.
The
but
idea
okay,
is you get them to the point where
he has an Irish accent. When you have an Irish accent, you're a bad
Vince
guy.
named him the future of his company years ago.
How many?
That's not accidental.
Listen. If you have an Irish accent, you cannot be a good guy.
Oh, but then everybody's sitting here cheering fucking Becky Lynch ass. Anyway,
the man,
whatever. Real quick, actually, we typically do two, but let's do.
Jamaican. Yeah, that's how she sounds to me.
She sounds too. She's
that
terrible.
jacket's still fire though.
No, it's not. It's someone's 2-year-old that made that shit, and then she had the audacity to put shit on the sleeves. That's bullshit.
Fire.
Anyway, let's real quick. 2 things this week in wrestling that you guys enjoyed the most, and then we're gonna real quick do some predictions for AEW, and then we are going to sign off. So. 2 things in wrestling this week that really, was like, oh my God.
One thing was that my son, that Montana Ford versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
That
was really good.
This goes back to what I said. You need moments in your career. We will go back, however long you get the championship, you'll go back, replay it, that raw moment.
That was a moment for
add
Montez.
to the package of the video when he makes it.
Gotcha.
And my second thing was, I have to say, well, pretty much, matter of fact.
That was it?
No.
Alistair Black versus Eric Rowan? My son.
For the 8th week in a row?
No, you bugging. My son got beat up. He sold it. He hit the black mass all woozy and stuff like that. And he pinned him. Great storytelling without even opening your mouth. Your body language.
Well, that's because he don't talk good in the mic at all.
It doesn't matter, though. A lot of people, right, it doesn't matter, but a lot of people have not perfected acting without using words. And the fact that he sold that throughout the whole match, even though he hit the first black man he submitted, it was just like, it was kind of the woo, like, okay, he got himself together, hit him another one, boom. Perfect storytelling. I can't wait from him and AJ on Monday.
Okay.
That's how you tell a
Sir
story.
Wilkins, 2 things real quick.
Yeah, so nobody's gonna talk about my Spanish brothers, Garza.
Fire match. Fire match.
That's one of the best matches I've seen on Raw in mad long.
Fire.
That might have been top 5.
Okay.
Like the skill level on that match was like, wow.
Okay.
Number 2. I don't know what. None of y'all said this one. Another fire match.
First of all, we just got to your brother, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My bad. So,
like, how you gonna cover us? I was like, y'all didn't even get to.
Pac versus Kenny.
Oh, the 30-man Iron Man match that was on AEW this past week.
Yo.
Where Kenny won. I was surprised, actually.
Nah. That storytelling, the moveset done on that, where it's like every time Pac thought he had him, Kenny came back.
So question.
Pac thought he had him, Kenny came back.
Yeah.
So question, do you agree that it should have been in the beginning of the show or the end?
Beginning.
Instead of it being like having it be the main event?
Yeah.
It should have been the main event. But I see what they're doing. They're trying to beat that first hour.
Yeah.
They want to beat
and
that
it was
first
basically
hour.
the hour.
It was the hour.
Yeah, it was 45 minutes of it.
All right.
45 minutes.
All right. Next.
Both of mine were outside the ring.
Okay.
Bianca's promo coming into the building. Both of them happened on Wednesday night. So her walking into the building and saying it's on site.
Yo, that shit I felt that shit.
Yo, that felt so real to
I was
me.
like, it's on site. I was like, ooh.
Let's get it. Oop. You know what I'm saying? I was clapping. I was like, oop, you about to get these hands. You know what I mean? So that was dope. And then Hangman's walk away because his drink was out. I
really don't care for them trying to make him seem like he's the alcoholic. I really don't care.
They're
for
doing it. You know what I was watching?
Some cowboy shit, and really, it's some shit James Storm invented and crafted. So
no, but the way he's doing it is good because WCW tried it with Scott.
Yeah.
WWE tried it with was it Animal? Or was it the what's his name?
Hawk.
They tried it and it was.
Oh
trash.
no, they should have never done that because that was real life on TV.
Yeah. But they were both real.
Not okay. Oh,
but
yeah, it was not
the way
okay.
that they're doing it, I like it.
Because it's an apathy, right?
Yeah.
And I think the story they're telling with Hangman is that he's lost. He was losing so much. He became apathetic, and now he's going into this dark place.
And that's why I'm invested into the task. The
And
only match.
if you watch Being an Elite, Kenny talked to him. He was just like, yo, bro, like you felt like, dang, like, yo, bro, I didn't say you drinking, but don't do that. Don't bring this to your job, bro.
Right.
Everything after that is cool.
Hilarious.
The storytelling in both of those situations to me were just so dope.
All right, my 2 real quick. I'm mad none of you brought this up. Fucking Finn Balor getting attacked by 2 members of Imperium on NXT.
It was some fly shit.
Do you understand?
Wednesday was tough.
Do you understand that? So in our minds, and we talked about it with Nate at the last pay-per-view viewing party, we were like, yo, listen, if Finn wins, he's going to go after Cole for the title at Tampa. Automatically, I was like, that's it. That's his chewing.
Makes sense.
When Wednesday came and I heard Imperium's theme song hit, I said, oh, they just swerved the fuck out of me. I don't know what to do, but it made me more excited to be going to Tampa with the possibility of seeing the NXT UK champion Walter versus Finn Balor. And if Finn wins, to take that shit to NXT Dublin,
And Unify?
What?
I'm
Not
so
even
tight.
Unify. Like,
I'm
what?
so tight I can't go.
I'm so tight. We can't go anymore either.
Because
What, to Dublin?
Yeah, I thought about it.
No, I was going.
What, to Dublin?
Because you were going to the other thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm going.
Yeah.
And then I got a text, but we'll talk about that later.
That's fine. My second one would be, let's see, I don't know. My second one really was, I'm not going to hold you, it's silly, but that fucking Symphony of Destruction match, I don't know what was it about it.
It was entertaining.
It was, I was tickled. Like, I'm not going to hold you.
Wrestling has been great.
This was a good week in wrestling.
All right,
for
real
sure.
quick, gentlemen. I'm going to go around. Everyone's just going to say who you think's going to win. Once again, AEW Evolution this weekend. Come out to Playwright Bar to watch our viewing party. We have Evil Uno and Grayson of the Dark Order versus SCU's Kazarian and Scorpio Sky.
Dark Order.
SCU.
SCU.
Dark Order. We got Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, I think this is his first pay-per-view match. So what do you have?
Match period.
Oh.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
I'm going Orange Cassidy because that's my guy.
There you go.
Yeah, me too.
I love Pac's
Oh,
assholeness.
fuck that. Orange Cassidy. We got Darby Allin versus Sammy Guerrero.
Oh man,
Sammy.
Got going on some Darby Allin. Come on,
I
that
know.
coffin drop
Sammy.
beat?
I'm going Sammy.
I say Sammy too. And once again, shout out to Montezzi because his theme song, Sammy's theme song is his song.
Dope.
We have Jack Swagger. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna always call him. Jack Swagger versus Dustin Rhodes.
I'm going with my son, Jack.
Yeah.
Swagger.
Yeah, I'm going swag.
See, and this is one of the matches where I was like, there was no like, what the fuck did
There's
y'all
no-
do to
there's-
Well,
that?
no.
There's a story,
Yeah,
but-
there's a story because
There's
you
a
wasn't
story,
paying
but there was
attention.
no build. Like, if I tuned in, I should be able to understand. Like, I should be able to. If I can miss a week and come back, I should still be able to understand it.
But you have to understand if you've been watching it because
It's a long
yeah,
play.
It's long because like they've been beefing because he got beat up by him and then
From early.
Trust me,
Their beef
trust
is
me,
long.
Trust me,
Like
classic book.
Like there's a reason why Dustin just keeps running up on him.
exactly.
Yo, but somebody, fucking Zuka's ass was like, I was so mad at Dustin how he ran in so slow 2 weeks ago on AEW. I was like,
You need to shut the fuck up.
but he was true.
Zuka
I rewatched it. I was like, that was a little slow.
Zuka needs to stop. I love you, Zuka, but
A
she's
little slow.
Don't disrespect Dustin. That Rose
Yeah,
family.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Don't
they're,
touch.
they're,
Watch him out.
No, they're hidden. They're natural treasures.
He's right, but
He's right, but I was like, so we finally have Cody after the 10 lashes, the fucking steel cage match. I don't know what else Cody had to do, but he did it to get MJF. Who is going to win?
Cody's gonna win, but I think MJF should win.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
MJF should win.
Yeah, I think it's the payoff. So I think it's Cody.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you get 10
I've
been
lashes,
dragging this thing
you
out.
get 10
I
lashes
gotta go
on
with my
national
fellow
TV.
Cancer, I gotta go with Cody.
Cody better
That's my
fucking
favorite
win.
wrestler, too.
Once again, we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship where we have Kenny Omega and Hangman Page as the current champions versus the Young Bucks.
Bucks.
Oh, Bucks.
I gotta go Omega.
I'm gonna go with Bucks. Just it makes to me a little bit more sense in terms of storyline.
Because
if
the
you were
book is
gonna play
coming
that
out soon. That's where you going to Bucks.
No, the fuck. I don't give a damn about the book. The fuck.
I'm gonna get an audio.
Anyway, we got AEW Women's World Championship. We have Nyla Rose. Shout out to Nyla Rose, who is an avid member of the Jobber Nation, facing Chris Statlander.
I'm a fan of her, man.
Really,
Statlander.
Chris?
She just thick in a way that I like. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, she just thick in a way that I'm just like.
Oh no.
I guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that
go
one,
with
dog.
Nyla though.
I mean, listen, I can have my own taste, guys.
You're right. You're absolutely
Jesus.
correct.
oh, it's just like,
What's
oh.
crazy?
My bad.
First of all,
that was bad rude.
Yeah, that
Because
was-
we definitely was like, oh.
yo, but what's
oh,
crazy
oh.
is that this was the first time all of us actually really agreed on some shit.
Hey, I'm glad I could bring y'all together.
Like that.
All this was like,
it's taken over 90 episodes, and you were the only person where you got us to all be like, no.
We making it feel like that because we
I
definitely
mean, like,
No, it's all right.
Oh.
I'll be like, nah, guess what you like and stuff like that. He's
Yeah,
like,
no,
I
you like
really
what
care
you
less.
like.
No,
you
I think
know?
her moveset is dope too. So I'm going with Chris.
Nyla's gonna retain. And then last but not least, we have the AEW World Championship. We have La Champion, Chris Jericho versus I almost said Dean. John Moxley.
Moxley.
Well, Moxley. John Moxley will
Moxley wins.
become
I'm going Jericho.
new AEW World Champion once again. Thanks to our guests.
Yes.
Please give yourself the cheapest, nicest plug
Yo.
where everybody can find you and your podcast.
Yo, you can find me online IG A.D.SKOLAR Scholar. Our podcast is the Compound Movement, THA, because we black, COMPOUND Movement, regular spelling. And you can find me on socials all with the same AD Scholar.
Awesome. Once again, thank you for closing out our Black History Month.
Yo, thank you for having me. I'm very black and I appreciate it.
There you go. Once again, this weekend we will be at Playwright Bar for AEW. The following weekend we'll be back at Legends for Elimination Chamber, the road to WrestleMania.
I was told to mention this because the owner from Playwright was like, "Hey guys, if you people want to stay after, because we have a DJ and it's disco night, so if you guys want to stay after."
Oh, yeah, I want to have a
This
little
Saturday?
disco this
What time
Saturday.
will we over?
I don't know, probably
It's
early
like
to 10.
Their pay-per-views end like 10.
Word?
Yeah.
10:30.
Oh, we could chill. Yeah, I wouldn't mind chilling with the.
All right,
with
but
the
once
DJ,
again,
you know?
thanks to the scholar himself for joining us this week.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate y'all.
This is good. Thank you for having me.
Anything else before we go? No, yes, maybe. Our brunch, March 22nd. Please make sure to RSVP.
Oh, shout out to Chris from RD's Dub Podcast. His
Happy birthday, Chris, from RC Dub Podcast. We love you. We thank you.
Happy birthday.
Shout outs to Nate. Nate, I know your birthday coming up too, bro. We're going to celebrate on Saturday, I promise. Anything else? No, yes, maybe. Once again. Oh, Monday Night Raw's in Brooklyn this Monday. So if you do see any of us there, if we end up being there, come
Pull
and
up.
say hi to the Job of Tears podcast. As always, I am Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black. Hashtag Black Excellence. Hashtag we are out.
I was over, got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.